picked up 3 wickets. Manusis, what's going on?
They seem to be very up and down in their love for the Manusis bowling. I mean, he batted superbly yesterday, but I've got to say, I think I would be throwing him the ball more regularly.
He took 3 for 17 yesterday, and then he performed with the bat as well. 67 and 28 against Marlow. He got the Player of the Match award. You'd think he would have got at least an over, but I mean, gone for it earlier on, haven't they? They've gone for Aslan Ahmed a couple of times. Very strange tactically, that for me. Unless, of course, he's nursing a bit of an injury. Galanis comes in, back into the attack.
Oh, big swing, lovely flight from Galanis. I get the feeling that Corfu's trying to maybe spread the load a little bit as well, maybe with a view to making sure all of their players are getting some game time, making sure they've got the ball in their hands enough throughout the tournament, trying not to rely on just a small collection of players. Flighted again, but swung high. It looks like it's going to be caught. Well taken. A safe pair of hands. Spiros Bogdos generally has the gloves, but he's done well. And that's a just reward. That's a really, really good piece of bowling from Galanis.
Yeah, I mean, you know that the likes of any of these 2 batters now, maybe the rest that are coming in, they're going to be looking to find the boundary fence. And Anwar, he's gone down on one knee, but he hasn't got the full weight of the shot behind this. That's a really good technique. I mean, like you said, we saw him behind the stumps yesterday, and he's shown that he's more than capable when he doesn't have those keeper's gloves on as well.
Yeah, Kasim Anwar, for a man who was 12 off 2 balls in his innings yesterday, he's ended up 2 off 4, so they've managed to subdue his threat. And gutsy call from the skipper too, throwing the ball to the young leg spinner Galanis for this 9th over, but it's paid off for them so far. Dot ball followed by a wicket. Another nice ball, rocks back to the cut shot. They've got the man quite a bit behind point, and just to stop it and prevent any chance of it going through for a boundary.
Yeah, good running as well. As soon as that's hit, it's backed up straight away by Kumar.
Short ball, it's not punished, but it's also going to manage to drop in amongst the fielders. Looking for a second, not sure that was there for Taranjeet Singh. Some good arms within the Corfu fielding lineup, isn't there, Rico?
Yes, I mean, they've done. We have seen catches go down, but in general, the field really well. They're very energetic, very lively out there and bubbly.
2 balls to go in this 9th. Short one again from Galanis, a little bit quicker. Big heave across the line, but got enough bat on it. Kumar racks up his first 4. Punjabi Lions up to 89.
What a boundary, I think, this. You see, we're coming up to the end of this, the 9th over. It sort of drags this into that area. It wasn't a hit as such, but once it gets past that man, it goes to the boundary. And Galanis will want to finish big. He's bowled well so far, just gone for 12. Picks up a wicket as well.
Only 2 4s off these last 2 overs as well. Bit more flight, swing across the lines, good bowling. Good to see him revert back to type. And that is the end of the over. Punjabi Lions Nicosia, they are 89 for 6. 6 balls left in the innings. What do you think they're looking for now, Rico?
Well, I think seeing the way he's played, well, one of those shots, he's going to be looking to go for boundaries. And interesting move. It's going to be the captain who's going to bowl this one, Mohammed Aslam. Yeah, I think he wants. I think that's a good shot. I think the batter there, Kumar, had to go for the big shot. I think he probably already said to him, right, big shot, you get a boundary, fine, but I don't want a single. I want to be on strike. And I think he wants to do his best to try and get him into the 90s here, Singh.
Yeah, it's interesting to see as T10 develops, Rico, isn't it? Just how important it is managing to get the right player on strike at the right time.
Yeah.
Skipper comes in, length ball, it swung high, and it swung very, very long. What a strike from Singh, and that's a brilliant way to start off the 10th.
Yeah, I mean, this is what he wants. He wants a strike. He's already shown he can hit cleanly. He's very different to Kumar. He'll hit straight. With Kumar, you can see he was trying to hit every ball sort of behind square.
It's another length ball, popped it up this time, and this should be a regulation catch. Man going back from cover, and the skipper, after being dispatched for a maximum first ball, gets his revenge. A second delivery. It's another man back in the pavilion. And Taranjit Singh, he has done and dusted for the day.
Yeah, but look, he's done his bit, hasn't he? I mean, you have a look at his strike rate. He's scored 15 runs pretty quickly, just a 5 deliveries. And, well, he'll be hoping that the next batter who comes in is able to, well, if he's able to muscle a couple of boundaries, certainly will get them past 100 mark. And that, I think, when you look at all these teams and how, I think, on terms of paper, how evenly balanced they are, I think they'll be quite happy with that. I think they'll be able to be looking to defend that.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a really tight game, actually, Rico. And Punjab probably looking to push up to maybe 105 if they can, with a couple of late blasts, but down into the lower part of the order now. 7 wickets down, so the number 9's just come out. This is Shamal Sudin. Leg side ball, it's not punished, it goes through to the keeper. Can't prevent the single. Good opportunity there to have a free hit at a ball. It was wide, it was short. Sudin couldn't get bat on it. Skipper Mohammed, 3 balls to get out of this over. Another length one. Big swing from Kumar. He's going to have a shy. Unsuccessfully. And, well, Carvalhos, probably one of the fielders out there, either Carvalhos or Bogdos, probably needed to recognise that there was a short throw on.
I'd like to see this again. I'm just wondering, I mean, the way he sets himself up, he's like he's playing darts here, the captain. Missing the stumps. We're not going to have time to see that again. Maybe later on in the highlights, perhaps even after this ball if you can. I'd be interested to see if the batter actually did get behind the stump. Well, he's not going to get there now. I mean, I don't know what running this was. It's like somebody tied his laces together. He couldn't stretch his legs here.
Well, probably worth it in the last couple of balls. And I'll tell you what, credit to the keeper there. He started off a bit shaky, Georgios Niktas, but that throw from Carvalhos, he's got a rocket arm. When you watch, hopefully we'll see it on the replay, the ball almost goes behind the batsman who's coming back for the second. And he actually does a really good job as this skips off the pitch, gloves it cleanly, takes the stumps out. That's a great bit of keeping. It's a good bit of cricket all round, and yeah, I mean, he wasn't the best at running for Kumar. And he's saying, oh, I'm not here to run, I'm here to hit it. And he didn't really, I mean, didn't stretch those legs at all. And you would have thought, knowing that he's running to the danger end, perhaps he would have got the shout from his partner that he maybe go for a dive. It doesn't. So where are we at now? So they're 99. It's a ball left in the innings. So 100 is required, as in the target at this moment in time. I think they'd love to send this to the boundary. Just give them that extra bonus runs if they can get them. I'll have Inder Singh for a 1-ball slog. Goes hard. It's high. Carvalhos rushing in. Needs to take this catch. It's dropped. That's going to cost them a couple of runs. Of all the players that you would have wanted a high catch to go to, it was definitely that young man. Well, that's my mortgage because I'll put it on him. I think he's going to. There's no way he's going to drop this. And it's once that goes down, he makes some gesture, which is almost like he says, I just lost it. And sometimes, look, I know it can happen, Andrew, because when you get to skies like this white ball sometimes is probably a little bit difficult to pick. But that catch goes down, pick up 2 runs. I talk about the bonus runs, but that takes him to 101, 8 wickets down. So 102 is going to be the target. Yeah, and it's a pretty hefty target. I think anything where you're chasing 3 figures, Rico, it's going to be difficult, and it's not a bad bowling lineup for the Punjabi Lions. Not a huge amount of express pace in there, but they're all relatively solid. Plenty of the right arm, over the wicket, medium pace. I think they're going to present quite a challenge here for Corfu. And we'll get to see the rollback through the games. Look at the teams that Corfu boys looking absolutely resplendent in their official outfits. But didn't Guri Singh start us off with a bang? He launched a 6 first ball before Carvalhos managed to nab the first wicket of the game. Just the extra bounce that his height presents. He's a difficult customer to get away. And he came in and got a second, should have had a second wicket, should have had a third actually, and that one was put down by the keeper. But he made up for it with an excellent catch off Guri Singh, and that was probably the key wicket for them, Rico. Yeah, that was a big wicket. You needed to get him back early. And it just shows, doesn't it, the rest of the team, the rest of the Punjabi Lions of Nicosia really did graft hard to get past that 100. You
see one batter like Guri, if he did go and score 50 to 60 runs like we know he can do, all of a sudden you're talking about a 140 score.
Yeah,
that's the difference the big man makes.
Absolutely, he's a great striker of the ball, but didn't quite have the same damage today. But a man who did do some damage, Scott Austin, he was nominated by Rico at the start of the game as a man he expected more from, and he certainly delivered today. That was an excellent innings from the young man, and he powered them through the middle order. And most importantly, he actually not only diffused the second over from Carvalhos, but took him on, charged down the pitch. That was a super strike, knocking him for 6 over mid-wicket, and that gave his team a lot of impetus at the right time. Unfortunately, he eventually holed out to Manusas, who's got a safe pair of hands, and Galanis bowled an exceptional over. Coming in late in the day, the captain showing plenty of confidence in the young leg spinner. And then the captain, he was smoked for a maximum first ball, but then managed to get through the rest of the over. Picked up a wicket as the batters started to try to heave balls over the fence in the final couple of deliveries. Corfu were pretty safe with their catching throughout the majority of the game. And then Harvinder Singh managed to pop one up, and a rare mistake from R.E. Carvalhos as came in. May have lost it in the high cloud, but they managed to get an extra 2 runs on the board for Punjab Lions. Nicosia, and we'll have a look at their batting scorecard. The main man, Guri Singh at the top. Well, 19 off 11, not a bad contribution, but certainly not the type of match-winning knock that he had in the first game. He was supported well by Niraj Tiwari before he was caught and bowled by Azra Ahmed, who bowled very, very well for the Corfu side. And then going down, Scott Austin with 28 off 17, and Taranjit Singh, an important thrust towards the end. He had 15 off only 5 deliveries. They open up with Bogdos. He only had the 1 over, 15 off it. Difficult job bowling to Guri Singh, but Carvalhos was effective as usual, particularly in his first over. Copped a bit of tap in the second, but actually Arslan Ahmed was probably the most impressive of the bowlers, taking 2 wickets, and he really mixed it up well in the middle overs. Bit of an up and down, Manhattan. A couple of wickets in that last over. The captain did a reasonable job there, but there was a strong partnership in the middle overs where they just managed to pull enough runs together to get towards the 3 figures. And the Punjab Lions, I think, if you had have asked them, with the skipper going reasonably early, if they would have been happy with 101, I think they would have. And they will present a strong bowling proposition to keep the Corfu boys under this total. So Corfu, they are chasing 102 of their 10 overs for victory in Game 4 here on Day 2 of Group E at the European Cricket League. We will be back in a matter of minutes for the chase, so please join us then. Welcome back, European cricket fans, wherever you are in the world. We are halfway through Game 4 here at the European Cricket League Group E at the wonderful surrounds of the Cardimer Oval here in luscious Andalusia. We have Corfu about to chase a target of 102 against Punjabi Lions. Joining me in the commentary box, Rico Fall. Rico, a little bit of rain during that intermission period.
Yeah, a little bit of drizzle. And I mean, it's nothing that's too heavy out there at the moment to play in. It's quite light, and with this bit of breeze as well, most of it's sort of been blown away. But just looking at some of the mountains behind us, and that's where it seems to be coming in from. We're hoping that this wind does keep it away. And the last thing we want is for any match, whether it's the end of this one or the one that's coming up later today, especially that one with the two unbeaten teams, the champions from Netherlands and also the champions of Spain. The Spanish champions come together, and all we can do is keep our fingers crossed. And there was always the chance of some scattered showers, and let's just hope that this is as bad as it's going to get, and get ready for the start of this one.
Yeah, well, big couple of overs coming up here. It was Tassos Manousis who did most of the damage with the bat in the final game yesterday against Marlow. After taking 3 for 17, he reeled off 67 off only 28 balls. He's the man that the Lions need out. Ooh, nice first ball. A little bit of away movement from Tajwinder Singh. Just pitched wide outside off stump. A little bit of nibble away.
Yeah, this will certainly be encouraging. And, yeah, look where the keeper ends up taking that. Ends up taking it in front of the man. They've got that slip. You don't see that too often. And that looks like the physique of the captain, Guri.
Could be a tactical decision. Could be that he just doesn't really feel like running around in the field much after his batting.
He did do a lot of running, though. Come on, Andrew. He did a lot of running.
Oh, lovely ball. Great line from Singh. And once again, just a little bit of decking away. It's good bowling.
What a peach this is. And this is a sensational start. Have a look at this. Oh, that's just class.
That's a man after my own heart, Rico. Large man bowling, medium fast, trying to get a little bit of movement away, outside off stumps. Great stuff from Tajwinder Singh. Still no runs on the board for Corfu. Oh, Spiros Bogdos plays and misses again. 3 dots to begin with in the power play. Corfu needs to get moving.
Yeah, certainly do. And, well, Singh, it didn't quite work for him with the batting, did it? And he would have probably been expected to do just a little bit more, but now he's showing his class with the bowling. Right, what do you do here? The same again, or do you try and do something different?
I would keep it in exactly the same place until he proves to me that he can hit the ball. Oh, it's short and wide. It's a little bit of movement, but lets him off the hook. No, I think Bogdos must be running through his head that he's had some balls to play it outside off stump, and he's just getting enough movement away to make it difficult. So I think Singh should keep on probing that area.
Yeah, this is interesting though, and because Guri was that slip, and you could understand why he was that slip, and now with the batter playing and missing at 3, and apart from that wide ball, he's come out slip. Don't get that.
Not a good ball from Singh. That one doesn't swing, just angled in towards off the middle stump. I've got to agree with you, Rico, and it's something that is starting to get up my goat. The amount of teams that are just defaulting to having a third man on the boundary. Singh's bowling well, but I don't think he's got the pace to justify wasting one of your 2 outfielders out there. He's getting enough movement. Have the man in at slip, or even if you want the more defensive third man, bring him inside the circle.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you've got say 130, 140 on the board, yeah, I can get it maybe. You're going into defensive mode, you just want to save that boundary. But in this situation, when you know the bowler's bowling in that area, getting the ball move around, why not? And maybe they've heard you, there is a change. I'm not sure about, oh mind you, I've just noticed the left-hander, so I was going to take back what I just said.
Down the leg side, Singh hasn't been able to adjust his line. I think they've actually got the field right for Manousis. He does hit really well straight down the ground, and if I'm Singh, I'm probably trying to start this ball about a foot outside off stump and just see if I can tail it back in between. But they've also got the man defensively over at mid-wicket, and Manousis hit a number of boundaries there yesterday.
He did, yeah, and that's how he started off. He started off a little cagey though, didn't he? It took a while before he got going. He's not quite ready there now, but they've got those 2 men there for that little shot of ease.
Yeah, that's the line, Singh. You listen to Andrew in the commentary box and you'll continue to profit. That's good bowling, young man. We saw Manousis yesterday. You remember he got cracked on the arm guard by Najam Shahzad. Looked really uncomfortable for his first couple of balls, but once he got in and got a rhythm, he struck the ball beautifully.
He did it really well. It's almost like that just brought out the aggression in him. And he's wearing that arm guard here as well, but that was a perfect ball to the left-hander.
I think final ball there over. Drifts down leg side. Keeper does well, but he's just left them off the hook a couple of times. It's not costing them greatly, although if Manousis smacks this last ball to the boundary, he might wish that that he wasn't giving them the extra, but it's been a good over so far, only 4 off it.
Yeah, that one there, you see, when you know you're getting that movement, what he's got to do for me, he's got to probably start a little bit wider, fire the ball across the lefty and hope it still comes back.
Good ball, just outside off stump, dab down. Should have been a relatively easy single. It felt like Bogdos was a little bit sluggish to react to the call. It's the end of the over, and Corfu 5 runs on the board.
It wasn't the best of throws in terms of pace, but you still see there it would have had the batter out. And that's why there was a few oohs there at the end of that over. But look, there was a couple of wides in there, but still, that's a nice tidy over. Only, I think, 5 runs from it if you take that single right there at the end.
Yeah, it shows the advantage of a bit of sideways movement in these opening overs too, when you're trying to defend with only 2 players allowed outside the circle. If you can beat the bat a couple of times with a bit of movement, it really, really blunts the attacking capacity of the batsman. We've got Manousis back on strike for this second over. He probably hasn't got the same time to get into his rhythm that he had yesterday. They're chasing 102.
Guri didn't have the best of times with the ball this morning against Farmers. He'll be hoping to put that right.
Short and wide, just a catch! That is outstanding! Get out of here! Is that your man Scott Austin down there? It is. What a tremendous grab. He's dived full throttle to take it, coming in from third man, the top edge from Manousis. Huge wicket and outstanding fielding.
That is out of this world. That's one of the best catches that you'll see. He had so much to do. He has no right to be catching this. How about that? That is incredible. Well, I tell you what, Superman is in the house. That is sensational. What a catch that is. And, well, that's a moment that he's going to treasure for some time. When he had a good knock, and now he's just taken that catch. Well, I think already he's looking like he's going to be the player of the match for me. What a catch that is.
Oh, Rico, that's brilliant stuff. Absolutely amazing athleticism. That's an incredibly difficult catch. And not only did he make it with the full stretch dive, but he managed to cushion his elbows to keep control of the ball. It's a really difficult thing to do. Outstanding technique. As you see, when he moves forward, so easy for those elbows to hit the ground and jar the ball forward, but he kept them tucked next to his body, almost dislocates his shoulder, celebrating, but he had every right to. That's a wonderful bit of play from Scott Austin. And tell you what, if the Lions manage to escape with a win here, they will look back on that moment, dismissing Manousis with a wonderful catch as probably the turning point.
What a catch. I can't get over that. Look, people in the chat have gone crazy about it as well. And it doesn't surprise me. And Jay Shah is saying, what a catch. And Akash Islam as well. Everybody's going wild. And Paul Stevens as well. And I agree with you all. That is unbelievable. Some say one of the best catches that they've ever seen. That certainly was sensational.
Oh, great cricket. It hasn't brought the crowd alive. Great stuff from Guri Singh. Full ball. Goes down the leg side and the keeper flying. Well, they are showing some athleticism in the field. That's Roman Mazumdar who's got the gloves. He threw himself to stop that ball going for any further wides.
Mazumdar goes zoom zoom. And well, he's off the air as he stops this. Guri, the only thing that letting him down slightly at the moment is the extras they're giving away.
And short ball, Carvalhos just tucks it to square leg. It's going to be a shot at the stumps. Bogdos has got to start backing up more aggressively. That's almost twice he's been caught short on the quick singles.
Yeah, he's just not moving, is he? It takes a long time to get going. Here's a shot of him there now. Look, he just starts, and again, I think the bat's in the air here. Let's have a look at this. Oh, how close is that?
So close.
He can't believe it. Look at the reactions of the fielder.
Two things there, Rico. He's flat-footed. He's only taken one step past the popping crease. And the second, he's going for the bat change mid-run. Just keep it in the left hand. Good ball just outside off stump. Tails back in and plays it well. Just good bowling from the skipper.
Yeah, I mean, this is all about applying the pressure. And look, they only just got, as we saw, past 100, 101 they finished on, so 1 and 2 is the target. But you get another good over in here, and let's say they finish, even if you say they get 10 from 2, all of a sudden that score of 100 is looking more like the 115, 120.
Yeah, it's looking like a strong target at the moment. Great power play here for the Lions. Wide outside off stump. Wides have contributed strongly to the score so far. There's been very little off the bat. It's the third one to date. Great stuff in the YouTube chat. Everyone's loving the fielding so far. And Luke Belgium, who's one of our frequent contributors, he notes that it's a 50-50 game, but catches like that really, really do lift the mood of the fielding team. And couldn't agree more with Luke Belgium. Oh, outside off stump. They've clearly got a plan to try to keep it away from the leg side of these Corfu players. Spiros Bogdos, he is struggling to get bat on ball. 1 off 6 so far. Got to get himself moved. Really needs a boundary at this point. You can't waste this many balls in a power play, especially when you're chasing 3 figures. Carvalhos just stuck down the other end. Guri, 2 balls to go in the second over. Full of ball. Just inside edge that goes down to fine leg. Somewhat less spectacular moment than the last ball that went down in that region. Bogdos has finally managed to get himself off strike. He's 2 off 7. Carvalhos only 1 ball to work with at the end of this over. Plenty to go in this game, Rico, but the Lions have put themselves in a good position with these first 2 overs in the power play.
Yeah, they definitely have. And captain, though, needs to finish well. He does, and it's just tip and run, and oh, they'll go upstairs for this. First skip and eye where the ball goes. Oh, well, look at this. If this is not out, well, that's going to be 5.
Well, it's going to be a huge call for the umpire. This is 50-50. I actually thought Carvalhos was going to make it comfortably, but fielders come in from cover, spun around and threw outside of his body, hit the stumps. It was a great bit of work, but let's have a look at the replay. Carvalhos just dropping at the feet, trying to get back on strike for the next over. I think he's gone. Oh,
where's the bat?
It looks like it's grounded. The direct hit, it's always tough, but the young man made some big strides and using all of his 6'4" frame to stretch out. That's a huge one. And Rico, it goes for a boundary.
Yeah, I mean, what a moment that is. And I was saying he needs to finish well. He does finish well. Almost finishes with the run out, but unfortunately, it's not out. The ball hits the stumps and goes to the boundary. So that's also 4.
Wow. After such a good over from Guri as well to add the overthrows to finish it off. Could have been the moment that turned this game, but as it is, Corfu scrapped their way to 14 off the first 2 overs. Still only 1 wicket down, but they've got Spiros Bogdos in there struggling with 2 off 7. Carvalhos, by virtue of the overthrows, he's now 6 off 2. And at least he's got the strike for the start of this 3rd over.
Yeah,
Kasim Anwar coming into bowl. Right outside off. Fielder takes evasive action.
I've never seen anything like this. Oh, look, I'm going to say this. He does really, really well because this is Yorkshire. But the way he goes down is absolutely spectacular. It's all happening out there in the field. How about this? He goes, boom! Down you go, buddy. He puts his body in the line. He takes one for his team here.
Has he put his body in the line, or has he tried to evade the pillar entirely? I'm not sure, Rico. Let's give him some credit.
It's like going, you know, when you got one skill left and you're bowling, and you need that strike. That was the strike.
Almost went full matrix under the ball. He's jammed into, tucks it around the corner. Bogdos just yet another single, but Carvalhos running through aggressively. Corfu just starting to sound a little bit nervous in the players' tent.
Yeah. And apologies for the score, just been down a moment, obviously, with that that direct hit and the ball going to the boundary. The scorers are just getting that worked out, and it'll be on your screen shortly. But look, I'm going to say this to any of the youngsters that are watching. If you're going to run those singles, that was the way to do it. Everything about it was right. He was quick, he was fast, his positioning, the way he was reaching, the bat was slid. That's why he made it.
Yeah, great. It's a good coaching point, Rico. Anwar drifts into the leg stump. Umpire not interested in the appeal. Another shy at the stumps. Bogdos had come down a long way after his previous conservatism backing up.
Yeah.
May have expected that Carvalhos wanted the single. It's a nice ball from Anwar. He's getting enough movement back in. It's really troubling the big Greek man at the moment, and Corfu just struggling to find the boundary here in the opening overs.
Yeah, well, you said it, and the boundary they did get was the overthrows, but it's all about keeping the pressure on. A couple of big shots from Carvalhos, and everything can change, but they want to keep the pressure on for as long as they can.
Yeah, that's good batting from Carvalhos. You saw Anwar coming into bowl. He's put 1 foot wide of off stump, was looking to take that over the leg side. Anwar gave him exactly what he wanted, dropped short, and he's dispatched it for a maximum.
Yeah, good shot, and wait for it. Boom! Shaka! Well, he just went for the shorter delivery, and you can see Carvalhos is having a long chat with his partner there, saying, look, come on, stay there with me, stay here with me.
It's good thinking from the young man, though. I like a player who's considered about his cricket and just his tactical movement there. Got the same ball from Anwar, put it away. That one's wide of off stump, and he's thrashed it through the cover as well. In 2 balls, Carvalhos has suddenly found his form. The Corfu boys are up and cheering. They felt like a bit of pressure's been released with those last 2 deliveries. Great batting, Ari Carvalhos.
Yeah, Carvalhos. What a lovely shot this is, and once again doesn't quite get the foot in the right position, but I think he knows this is wide enough. It's not going to bother him. Gets the full swing of the bat, keeps it along the deck as well, and well, this is exactly what it's saying. You just know that while the pressure is on, you've got to keep it on. But the big man Carvalhos, you know he's got the power. He's demonstrated that before, and those 2 boundaries now sort of does take that pressure that was on him off.
Well, you feel like that boundary was actually created by the shot the previous ball. Carvalhos moved across, didn't allow Anwar to just bowl that short of a length material. Next ball decides to pitch it up a bit more, doesn't get the swing, gets thrashed through the covers. Final ball, the power play, good delivery, goes back to his big in-swinger. Carvalhos just pops it down the pitch. End of the over, and Corfu 26 for 1 off 3.
Yeah, I mean, this is neck and neck, isn't it? And just rewind where Punjabi Lions and Nicosia were. They were on 28 for 2 at this point. So run-wise, very little in it. And you probably see that sort of indicated in that, well, the Manhattan. The only thing that Corfu are doing is they're going up in the right way, especially with those boundaries. And the last time we saw Carvalhos batting well was in that very close match against Harvey Esclan out when he made 48 of 21. And while he was out there, they were in that match. It's only when his wicket went did they fall away. So he is key. He's got to stay there, especially with Lucis back in the dugout already.
Looks like Neeraj Tiwari's been given the responsibility for the 4th over. Drops it short. Bogdos. This is the cut shot again, but it's a wide one by quite some distance. Definitely got a plan to Bogdos. They're trying to keep it in that cut shot area. Probably haven't got a huge amount of defence out there. A deep cover, one backward point. Short and wide again. Tickles it down to 3rd man for the single. Gets Carvalhos back on strike, so he's done his job.
He has, and now this is going to be interesting because he can't be bowling a short length to Carvalhos. Carvalhos will go after him, and he doesn't want to be giving that width. It's difficult timing. I mean, the field, I'm just having a quick look at the field here. So what we've got long on, long off our back, 2 on the leg side, and you've got the sweeper out on the off, so it's quite a standard field really. Just wondering if square leg probably needs to be a little bit behind there. Andrew, I don't know what you think, because Carvalhos, he's certainly, when he hits it, he's going to swivel on this.
Well, to be honest, if he gets the full face of the bat on, I don't think it will matter where those fielders on the leg side are. I suspect he's going to try to thrash one through the covers again if it's wide. He does go through that. Regis popped up. Austin was in the game again, just lands short of him. Couldn't repeat the dose of his outstanding catch earlier in the game. But Carvalhos Heart would have been in his mouth there for a moment.
Yeah, that's not the man you want to be hitting the ball in the aerial direction to. Not after the catch that we saw him take.
Tiwari once again goes the off-stump line. Bogdos constantly missing that cut shot. This is becoming more and more of a problem for Corfu.
Yeah, you see, the longer Bogdos is getting bogged down like that, he's putting pressure on Carvalhos.
Tiwari, a bit more stump line. Bogdos much more comfortable there. Just turns the wrists on it. Man coming in from deep square on the boundary. It's been another pretty solid over though after the fireworks of the last one. Tiwari just taking for singles at the moment.
At that rate, just keep an eye on that at the moment. It's around 11 and a bit.
Not a problem while Carvalhos is there,
no.
But if he gets out in the next 2 overs, then Corfu's going to have a real uphill battle. Floats it up. It's a good shot. Powerfully struck. Man does well coming in from long off, but boy, he timed that.
Well, that's Taranjit Singh. I think he's got a bit fortunate here as well. Doesn't stop it cleanly, but once again, as we always say, try always to get some body behind it, and he does. Keeps it to 1.
Bogdos needs to go hard here. Struck it down the ground. It's going to skip off the grass. Taking it in one hand. Well done, but boy, I think that was a free hit for Bogdos. It was the end of the over. They wanted to get Carvalhos back on strike. As it is, only the 1 run, and Corfu 32 for 1 off 4.
Do you get him out? If you're the oppo, do you get him out? I'll be the one that's saying, I'll be saying to players, if it goes in the air to you, let it bounce, stop it, get it back in. Keep him in there because he's chewing up balls.
Creative captaincy, Rico. Certainly at the moment, the young Bogdos, he just needs to start not only rotating the strike, but I think he's got to start taking the risks actually, because they need Carvalhos there. He's going to naturally score quickly, but Bogdos has now got to say essentially, I'm going to thrash or I'm going to get out. Yeah,
you're absolutely right. That's got to be his mindset to say, right, every ball that comes my way, I'm just going to give it a big old hee-ho. Going to throw everything at it, including the kitchen sink, and try and get some runs. If I get out, well, that could be a blessing in disguise.
Yep, absolutely. Well, it's a big appeal. I think that's way too high. Umpire has absolutely no interest in it. Guri, it's never going to stop him making a big appeal. A little bit of nip back off the seam there. Poor Bogdos just having an absolutely torrid time. It was a good ball. Not a huge amount of foot movement, though. Got himself in a tangled up position. So that was actually closer on the height than I thought. It skidded through a little bit.
It does get through. I think it's probably just a little bit too high. And the way the batter played it, maybe just nipping away down the leg. This is now the competition for me. Pace on. Carvalhos will like it. And they decide just to play this away. So he's thinking about this as well. Maybe here he's thinking, all right, the main strike bowler, Guri, the captain who makes things happen, is on. Maybe I just need to respect him. And if we can even if we just get, I don't know, 6 of the over, we'll take that.
Yeah, see, at the comparison, the same stage, the Punjabi Lions were 37 for 3, so not a great deal of difference in the scores. Oh, it's a big swing. Well, we know the Bogdos needs to go after it, but they're consistently keeping that line wide of off stump. I'll tell you what, actually, a man who does know how to play a good cut shot, Rico, my boy from the Zurich Nomads, Asman Lakaraju, who's been in the chat saying hello today, so great to have you on board. Asman, you would certainly not be playing and missing it too many cut shots, in fact, eating them up to the boundary. One of the best scorer of the wicket players in Switzerland. It's good balls. Bogdos just turns his wrist. Carvalhos desperate to get on back on the strike. No single there.
Yeah, I mean, thank you to everybody that's been on the chat today. It's absolutely been buzzing. I think all the action that we've had today has been great. And the good news I can tell you here is at the moment it is much brighter here than it was earlier. That rain, the drizzle has stopped. Of course, everybody is waiting for the big one coming later. It's nicely played out on the off foot. A little bit of a fumble, but it's only a single. Now look, what do you do here if you're Carvalhos? Because there is a ball to come. It's been a very tidy over so far. I think just 3 runs from it. Do you commit and go for the big shot here?
I say take the single off the skipper here, get yourself back on strike for the next over, and then I think he's got to start to explode. They're almost 5 overs in to the chase. 67 off 31. Need to take the single here. 66 off 30. So he's got to effectively go at 2 runs a ball from here on in.
There we go. I mean, last time in this situation, something weird happened. It was the run out and the 4 overthrows.
Well, he hasn't listened to a word we've said, Rico, but it'll be the same result, just a single to the man coming in from deep backward square. That takes Corfu up to 36 for 1 off 5.
Yeah, halfway point, so they're just starving them off runs. But the thing is, and I think this is what Carvalhos is probably thinking in his mind, okay, I've seen off the captain. Guri is now not going to bowl another. So he's certainly eyeing up one of these bowlers. I mean, there's one or two that have gone for a few. I mean, Tajinder, he bowled pretty well.
I think this is the over, Rico. They
brought
Niraj Tiwari back on. Gave the ball a fair bit of flight, but I don't think Carvalhos is going to be too worried if he keeps on that wide of off-stump line. Nice ball from Tiwari. Probably hit a better length than did in the last over. Bogdos imploring his partner to stay at the striker's end.
Yeah, you say he's the one. I can understand why you say that, but he's a little bit crafty and nifty. And he only did go just for the 6 in his first over, but you can see why he would be eyeing him up. He wants that one loose one. This is the quicker one, and he just goes over that wide line. He gets a little clap from the keeper saying, yeah, I know what you're thinking here.
Playing a dangerous game though with that wide and short ball. He's got some protection over there in deep cover, but there's not too much else there. Carvalhos must have been eyeing up that backward point boundary. Floats that one up. Carvalhos does try to go big. That's a catch. That's a massive wicket in the context of this game. We talked about him going after Niraj Tiwari. Tiwari's given it a little bit of air, and he's managed to hit it straight down the throat of Taranjit Singh coming in there from long off. That is a huge wicket, Rico.
That is massive, and you could turn around and say, well, maybe that is where the match has been won. And is that man again, Taranjit? He's been exceptional in the field. It's only earlier, Andrew, we were saying you've got to have your best fielders in the right position. Taranjit, he's been there, he's been stopping the balls, he's been sliding himself around for his team, and now he has taken a very, very important catch. 2 catches in this innings have been quality. I mean, nothing sort of beats the one that Austin's take, but that is a pressure catch. Take the catch, and maybe you've got the match.
Yeah, pressure catch, but also excellent bowling from Niraj Tiwari. Gave the ball just enough flight to induce Carvalhos to come down the track, but also kept it out of his power hitting zone. Just the bat turned in his hand a touch as he tried to force that shot down the ground. Excellent catch, and that's a huge victory for the Lions.
Yeah, massive wicket. And Carvalhos goes 21 and unlucky 13. That's how many balls he faced before he went.
Ahmed's come to the crease to join Bogdos. That run rate required is starting to get out of control for Corfu. Ahmed on strike. Another ball that's wide of off stump. A little bit of tail away from the batsman. The umpire, fairly easy call of wide there. It's been still quite a climbing number in the extras column here, Rico. In fact, the Corfu total would be looking even worse for wear if they hadn't.
That's the 7th wide now that we've had, 8 extras.
Well, drifts onto leg stump. Arrest that man and read him his rights for aggravated assault of a cricket ball. That's a massive strike from Ahmed, who's just come to the crease.
Well, Aslan Ahmed decides, well, not messing around. You know, this wasn't that bad a delivery. I mean, it wasn't like way down leg side. It's sort of middle of the leg, just a little bit shorter. And I think this is about the bowler, Tiwari, saying, I'm not going to bowl another wide. It was cracked away.
Well, he's taken another big swipe. It's gone in the air. It's going to be an easy catch. And, well, the Maximo is followed by yet another dismissal. Tiwari showing a lot of guts, prepared to throw the ball up again. Gets it wide of off stump. And that is another man back in the pavilion as Corfu lose their 3rd wicket, Rico. This is really starting to get out of hand for the Greeks.
Yeah, I mean, it's 6 and out. And what Tiwari does there, he changes it, doesn't he? I mean, we mentioned the wides. What a lot of the bowlers have done, and credit to them, they've tried to stick to that line outside the off stump. It's worked for them. Every so often you get it wrong and the wide is called. But I think you've got to stick with that. Tiwari changed his line for the ball before, goes for the straighter one. It gets pumped, doesn't it? It gets smashed out of here. He goes back outside the off stump and gets the wicket.
Yeah, really, really good bowling. Smart stuff from Niraj Tiwari. It's been an impressive couple of overs for him in this game. Well deserved, picking up a couple of wickets. Just the first one in this over, the key scalp of Carvalhos, and then Ahmed, who has just come out, pumped him first ball for 6. And as it is, looks like young George Galanis coming to the crease. He's going to have to give it everything he's got in these remaining 4.2 overs, but the ball's quickly running out for Corfu. Long way away, that target of 102. Floats it outside off. Big swing from Galanis, first ball. Only drag it around. Fielder coming in from deep square, keeps it to a single. 1 ball left in this 6th over. Corfu up to 45. So 57 runs short of that 102 target. Floats it up, swung around, and that's going to be a much needed boundary. Well, not a huge amount of energy coming from the Corfu dugout. Spiros Bogdos, he needs all their support at the moment. That's his first boundary of the game. Nicely struck shot. Just a little bit of air from Niraj Tiwari, who's continued to throw it up. And that brings Corfu to 49 for 3 at the end of the 6th.
Yeah, you can see why he's done that. He's probably thinking, okay, Bogdos, he hasn't really hit anything. He's just sort of been there, and he's watched a lot of things happen at the other end. No boundary before that shot to his name, so flights it up, and he's hoping for a miscue, but he hits that pretty well. And just wonder whether that boundary will give Bogdos this sort of confidence he needs to think, well, okay, right, maybe it is down to me, and maybe I can do it. He's certainly been there long enough. He's got his eye in.
Kasim Anwar coming to bowl the 7th over. There was plenty happening in that last one. Wide wicket, wide, 6 wicket, 1-4. No shortage of entertainment in the 6th over. The left-handed Galanis drags it around to the leg side. They've got that area very, very well protected. There's a man deep mid-wicket, one coming in off long on. All of those fielders shift around for the right-hander.
Yeah, what about this young man, Galanis, there we've seen there, left-hander, 17 years old. What a find he is, and well, what a story he is as well for young European cricketers around Europe.
Driven down the ground by Bogdos. To be honest, when he bats, Rico, my biggest shame is that we don't see that wonderful crop of hair that he's got. He puffs it up with the hairband, and it's something I'm quite jealous of.
You be alike, or maybe Vinny as well. Maybe Corey could get away with it. He's still got a bit of hair.
He's probably more shoot up top than the rest of us. Anwar balls it short. Hoiks it around, but only succeeds in hitting it straight down the throat of probably the one man in this team you do not want to give a catching opportunity. Scott Austin celebrates as only Scott Austin can. That's another wicket down. Galanis can't do any damage, and 4 men back in the pavilion for Corfu. They're now 51 for 4.
Yeah, nice catch. He hits it pretty well, but a bit of the toe end on this, but they do set him up. They bang it in short. There's a catch taken. Go on, give it some. Give it some. Yeah, well, look, he wants to give it some as well. A little bit of a wiggle it just a little bit. And, well, Galanis, he goes. But well, you can't blame him. You can't blame any of these batters now going out there now. They know they've got to play the shots. And if they're lucky, if they can get a few, they can maybe get the team back in this. But, the champions of Greece there. See their flag there. Plenty of flags out there. I do like that. You see where the teams are. The setup there is just absolutely perfect. Look, I haven't asked you this question, I don't think. I know we've done a lot of commentary together. We did that long stint in Portugal. But, I mean, in terms of the setup, this is just bliss, isn't it?
Oh, it's amazing, Rick. I mean, for us to have the elevated camera commentary position to start with is brilliant. The branding around the ground looks absolutely fantastic. This wonderful setting in Andalusia. It's an incredible place to play cricketers. Why steams in for his 4th delivery, pitches it up, just jammed into the ground by the new batsman Mohammed. Just be a single. No, I mean, it's an absolute treat for the players, isn't it? Having all the locals turn up to support, some big supporter crews from the clubs themselves as well.
Now look, I always ask the players this, and I get amazing reactions. It's the first time you've been here, right? I mean, we didn't see you, unfortunately, during the ECC, the European Cricket Championship. Carry on after this delivery. Gets a bit of bottom edge onto this. Will be another single, so the tiki-taka continues here. But when you turned up here for your first day, and we get here, it's quite dark normally because the time at the travel, and you saw this setup and you saw the ground. I mean, did you have to pinch yourself and say, this is cricket in Europe?
Oh, I couldn't believe it. Absolutely couldn't believe it. And I just wanted to get out there in the middle of the ground and start playing. And I think most of the players would be saying exactly the same thing. It's an absolute treat to play on a ground of this quality. Someone comes in for his final ball, so drops short inside edge. Going to scamper through for the single. Keeper doing well to keep it to 1. That takes the Greeks to 54 for 4 off 7 overs, 18 balls to go, and still 48 runs required. But no, Rico, I mean, it's a treat for the eyes, and for these guys who play on probably variable quality grounds around Europe. There's obviously some clubs that have really, really good facilities, others who don't. Speaking of clubs who have good facilities, the HBS Cranehood team, they've not only got good facilities at home, they've got some spectacular players in their ranks, and none more so than Tobias Visay at the top of the order. He is racking up the fantasy points. He's been absolutely spectacular. Was so close to a century this morning, but the battle between him and the big battle owner bullet, Mohammed Kamran, that is going to be something to tune in from 5 o'clock CET tonight. Good ball to start the 8th over, just jammed out by Mohammed.
You can see now there's nobody really inside close there on the leg side. It's all about saving the boundaries now, because that is where we're heading here with that rate now per over around 16.
Oh, struck nicely down the ground by Bogdos. Great shot. He's timed that beautifully. All of a sudden, he started to catch fire and brought some energy to the Corfu playing house.
This is a really nice shot, because we've got the fielder pretty close to this Tajwinder, and he can't get anywhere near it. It hit like a rocket, so he's taking his time to get himself in, and maybe now he's saving the explosive stuff. Towards the end, you just think you get a couple of magical overs in here, you're right back in this match.
The Greeks 59 for 4, short and wide. That's been his Achilles heel today. Yeah. Bogdos has really struggled with the ball short of a length outside off stump.
Good reply from Taranjit.
Steams it again. Same ball, tries to swing it high. That ball's gone a mile in the air. Good catch, and finally the arduous innings of Bogdos. 22 balls for his 17 runs. It comes to an end. He's back to the pavilion. He has battled hard. He has started to free his shoulders in the last couple of overs, but ultimately it's not enough for Corfu, and someone is going to have to come down from the lower order and just go on a blitzkrieg in the next couple of overs.
Yeah, and there's a man who's had a good day, and that's Tiwari. And Taranjit gets a wicket. Tiwari takes a catch. When you get into a stage here now, I mean, all right, with that wicket, it's another dot. That rate is just really getting close to that 20 mark now, and he may even get there if this ends up being another over that goes to the fielding side. You've got to try and finish well, haven't you? I mean, the last thing that you want them to do is throw the wickets away and get out cheaply. There's one thing that could be very important, is net run rate.
Very, very true.
The lower teams in the round robin stages, the net run rate could make the difference, maybe of being 4th or 3rd, and that is to finish 4th is massive.
Sage analysis, Rico. We saw on the table earlier, these two teams are locking horns in the middle of the table as Singh comes in and just drags one down that's gone a long way wide. Easy call for the umpire, but you're completely right when it comes to determining who ends up, or at least has a crack at finishing in the top 3. That net run rate could be really, really crucial, and the Lions, if they can get away with a good 20-odd run, they might have another wicket here that is swung around. Ahmed, first legitimate delivery, and he's hit it straight down the throat of Vikram Verma. He's celebrating. The rest of his Lions teammates are celebrating, and you get the feeling that could be all she wrote for this chase of Corfu.
Yeah, I mean, that it sounded pretty good off the bat, didn't it? I'm looking for it to be maybe sailing over the boundary. It gives it a fair thump, but it only goes as far as Verma, and he takes another good catch. But let's talk a little bit about the fielding here, and there he goes, Junker Fonte, he says. Yeah, exactly, that's a good catch. Fielding has been good, and they've taken most of their chances. They've thrown themselves around in the field. I think the confidence of that win earlier today, which was led by the batting of Guri, their captain, certainly has inspired them to another level.
Yeah, they've played really well. They've actually shown greater depth, particularly in the bowling lineup, than I think a lot of keen observers thought they had. I don't think anyone would have been expecting them to end up with 2 wins today, particularly given the quality of sides they faced, but they've battled hard and played really, really good T10 cricket. Batsman on strike. Short ball, cracks it over the offside. Oh, Austin, I thought he was going to go for another full-length dive. Probably had a play on that ball, and maybe if the game was in a tighter situation, might have thrown his body at it, but as it is, just allows it to bounce, and that's the end of the 8th over. Corfu now 61 for 6 and still requiring 41 off the last 2 overs.
It's a tidy spell of bowling there from Taranjit. He's still got an over to come as well, and he's taken 2 for 7. Yeah, I think they've certainly come back strong, especially after that defeat yesterday. But I have to say, I mean, against the strength of I can't care Barcelona, wraps into the pads of the batter. I mean, though they did have to do with that early storm of Mohammed Cameron and also that of Babar, they did recover well. And you know, the batters did get 3 batters got into 20s to get them a score on the board. So they have shown that they can, if need be, dig themselves out of a hole as well.
Tejwinder Singh, didn't he start the innings off with a really, really good first over? Probably a fairly unassuming character as he ambles into bowl, but gets some nice late movement. Is probably a little bit quicker than most people think.
Yeah, Tejwinder went for 5 for that first one. Just get the ball in the right area.
Oh, that's drilled in. Absolutely bowled him neck and crop. We've just been singing the praises of Tejwinder Singh. Comes up with an absolute perler.
Yeah, when you say he gets the ball in the right areas, that's exactly what we're talking about. Full and straight. And, well, Tejwinder Singh doing what we've seen another Singh do quite regularly. And that's the player for RBS. He gets the ball, the Yorker length deliveries in. Rajinder Singh. And yeah, there's nothing like being able to, I mean, when you're captain of the side, you know your players, there's nothing better than giving the ball to a guy and say, right, I know what you can do, go and do it for me, and they perform. And that's exactly here what Tejwinder says and does. And well done to him. And it's not been a good day for Aslam Mohammed and his team. They're finding it difficult really to find their form. And once again, maybe it's we're looking at, and if you get the likes of Carvalhos and Tassos not performing, they're gonna find it difficult to get runs on the board.
Yeah, I guess. What are your thoughts, Rico, on being the team that only plays 1 game per day? Do you think that's a bonus that you come in fresh, or when you're playing a squad that's already had a hit out earlier in the morning, do you think it puts you at a little bit of a disadvantage?
I think honestly, I think it all depends on what the day before has been like. I think if you've had a good day, you just want to keep playing.
Another good ball from Singh. He's got that ball talking.
Yeah, right up there. Whereas I think if you've had a bad day, yeah, I think it gives you a good benefit, good plus. You can sit, you can talk about it, you can have the evening, a team meeting, and the next day you get the team together again and you forget about it and say, right, a new day, new era. Miss again, so this is a really good positive finish. A very good performance, you have to say, from the Punjabi Lions of Nicosia.
Yeah, this chase has really spluttered in the last over and a half, and Tejwinder Singh just showing his quality. He's going to end up with great figures at the end of these 2 overs, barely going for any runs, and particularly considering he was bowling in the power play. Full ball, nice shot from Nemel Giannis. Scoots back, shy at the stumps. Would have been clearly out if he'd hit, but as it is, he returns safely. Corfu 62 for 7 off 9 overs.
Yeah, another good over, look at that. Spell of bowling there. I mean, that's 2 overs, 1 wicket, and just 5 runs from it. So that means that last, to me, that was that last over maiden there. Must have been. I'm pretty sure.
I think it was. It was an excellent first over from Singh as well.
Yeah, it was, because the only one from it was a leg by. So yeah, a maiden there.
That's a great spot, Rico. Not only that, a wicket maiden. Wasn't the leg by off the first ball, but maiden in the books. So coming up to the final over here, Boosters on strike. Short ball just pulls it around. Fielder's going to come in from deep backward square. Just a last final look at the chat. Shout out to one of our premier young players at Cosno Cricket Club, Jay Sin, who's just joined. Obviously clocked off work for the afternoon and decided to check what's happening out in sunny Kartama. So great to have you on the chat, Jay. Hope you had an excellent training session on the weekend. Short ball, tries to pull it. Kumar, getting probably a little bit more bounce than they expected, coming off a fairly gentle run-up, but he managed to get that one up around the earlobes.
Yeah, Jay, I can just underline what you're saying. It's great to have Andrew back. I love watching and talking about cricket and the matches in front of us with Andrew. We had a fantastic time in Portugal, and it's been too long a wait for us to get together again, and certainly enjoying your company and what you bring with you to the game.
More than a day away from you, Rico, is too long, to be honest, but yeah, probably 12 months is far more than enough. I noticed we seem to have been denied our favourite pastel donatas over the course of this trip. The Spanish less of a fan than our friends in Miranda de Corvo up in Portugal.
Maybe. I do see them in some of the bakeries. This has been hit up in the air, but it will just drop short. They'll take a single. But look, hey, I'm going to say this. This is to Vinny and Corey. Well, at least you do bring me some goodies from Oz. Come and tell me what you gave me. They were lovely.
They were Tim Tams, Rico. Tim Tams brought in from Sydney, as we see Vinny making sure the children are being looked after in the background as the ball's just popped up. That's yet another wicket off the final ball, and that finishes a pretty good over from Kumar, and a comprehensive performance from the Punjabi Lions. They have kept Corfu to 64 for 8 off their 10 overs, and I tell you what, that imposing target of 102 has really been made to look difficult by Corfu. Losing Manousis at the top of the order certainly didn't help, but they haven't made a great fist of this chase, Rico.
Yeah, I mean, they've done really well as they get together there in the middle. No doubt they'll talk about the day that they had. It's been an impressive day. I mean, they had to come back, didn't they, after that defeat yesterday. But the thing is, like I said, there were a lot of positives there. They had the time, to get together as a team. And you can see this, when you've got smiles on your faces like that, it tells you a story. And those guys, they're not smiling. They've had a difficult day. But this has all been about the Punjabi Lions, and you can see they've regrouped well, they've come back strong, and they've got another victory, and a comprehensive one as well, by 37 runs. And it was all started by something that was special.
That was a wonderful catch. I could watch the replay of that all day, and I have no doubt that bad boy is going to be posted on the European Cricket Network social accounts for many, many years to come. It was an uphill battle, though, for Corfu. They lost Manousis early on. Carvalhos got lucky, ended up with overthrows off what could very easily have been a run out. While he was there, they looked like they had an opportunity, but Punjabi Lions from Nicosia, Rico, they just fought so hard in the field, and that medium pace right arm attack, it was really, really solid.
Yeah, and I'm going to say this about the Punjabi Lions of Nicosia. You're going to get games which are going to be really tight. Yeah, you're going to be like for like, the batters, the bowlers. What they've shown here today is what they have in the field. What they do in the field will win them those close matches.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're a really fighting outfit, and as I said during the coverage, they've probably got more depth, particularly in their bowling attack, than we gave them credit for when they first turned up here this week. And they're actually making a really big bid to end up being in those top 3 teams by the time we finish the first stage of games tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, they did their job in the field against Farmers. I think they were exceptional, and then they finished off the job with the batting. And here we've seen again, they've got to the 100. It wasn't going to be easy, because don't forget, Corfu, they had good bowling themselves. I mean, Carvalhos was bowling really well and causing trouble. Then you also did have Galanis, who's difficult, Islam as well. So it wasn't going to be easy, but they did get the 100 even without any of them hitting any big scores. Well, there's Vinny, he's got another one. He just loves the babies, doesn't he? I always say he should be a politician. But yeah, I mean, it's been a good day for them. And this match, which on paper you thought was going to be a close one, well, they literally did, and blow away Corfu in that one. So the champions of Greece, they go down by 37 runs to the champions of Cyprus, as we high up this one. 3-3 both sides. Come on. Who are you picking?
Well,
putting you in the spot.
I'm putting me on the spot. I think it's all going to come down to that opening over battle between Visay and Mohammed Cameron. Yeah. I think Crayon Hoot can take this. I think it's going to be interesting. They're going to be the first team to probably really push the Pack I Care guys. Yeah. I also think that the opening combination there of Teo Walborough and also Tobias Visay have got the technique to deal with the extra pace that's going to come from Camera. We saw him struggle a little bit with the extra quality that was in the Farmers' top order. Managed to get 2 wickets, but they were both the last ball of both of his overs. But Either way, that's going to be an incredible battle, so please come back and make sure you join us for that in just under 20 minutes. But having a look at the Punjab Lions, Nicosia bowling effort. Tejwinder Singh, he was really impressive at the top, Rico, and well supported by his skipper, Guri Singh.
Yeah, I mean, the skipper, and you can't ask for more. Every bowler was in the wickets there. I think their fielding was exceptional. They're going to go away not just a very happy team, but a team with a lot of belief.
Yeah, and I think they've probably brought along a lot of supporters amongst our viewers on the European Cricket Network as well. They're probably seen as one of the outsiders of this competition, but they've won the hearts and minds with some big hitting, some excellent swing bowling today, and not to mention the absolute highlight of this game, Scott Austin's catch coming in from a brilliant bit down on the boundary, full flying catch. Absolutely spectacular stuff, Rico.
Yeah, absolutely spectacular. Look, once again, I think we're going to take this opportunity to thank everybody out there that have been tuned in. Thank to everybody that has been on the chat. And, they've been sending us some lovely messages, and it's nice to be able to talk to people via the YouTube chat with people that have been out there. We just have a look at those tables. So look, what a great thing that Punjabi Lions Nicosia have done. They picked up 2 points from that match, so 4 in the day, and that's something like the Farmers are going to have to try and do tomorrow, aren't they, when they come back? And also, well, you see, Corfu, they've got to try and find a way to get those points. But look, thank you again to everybody. Thank you to the people that have been on the chat, because us two, we're going to go and have a few Victorias now, maybe. And also, look, Corey and Vinny, you can't complain because we brought the sun out for you as well. They're going to be in the box. It's time for us to go there, mingle with some of the spectators from the Farmers and from people that have come around from other parts of Spain. Like I was saying to you, there's people that are here at this venue that only live 500 metres away, never knew it was here, so we're going to talk to them. We're going to spread the word, tell them to spread the word. And remember, if you are in the area, it's the A7059, I believe it is. It's the road that goes from Cartama all the way to Coin. Get on that road. It goes to Marbella if you want to go to Marbella afterwards, but come on down, enjoy the fun, enjoy the cricket. And maybe today, well, if you want to come later for this match, it's going to be a tasty one. Come and have a Victoria with me or Andrew.
Well, couldn't think of anything better than a Tuesday afternoon brewski with Rico Full. It's been an absolute pleasure to call this game with you. We'll leave you in the safe hands of Vinny Sandhu and Corey Rutgers to take us through the final contest today. You'll see both of us back on the coverage tomorrow, but please tune in. It's only about 15 minutes to go. The big clash this afternoon, Harvey S. Cranehood versus Pac Eye Care Badalona. You've asked me for your selection, Rico. Who do you think's going to take it?
Well, if you're going for the Netherlands Championship, of course I'm going to have to go for Spain, aren't I? Because I do live out here, and but I do know this is going to be an interesting game. But I'm still surprised that they've won the toss and this time around deciding going to have a bat.
Yeah, throwing the cat amongst the pigeons with an unexpected decision. Whatever happens, it's going to be remarkably good entertainment for match 10. It's the 5th game here on day 2 of Group E of the European Cricket League, brought to you by Bet to Ball. It's going to be a cracker of a contest, Rico. Let's get that beer, put our feet up, and enjoy some excellent T10 cricket. See you in a few minutes for the final game. Thank you, viewers.
Where we play cricket. On the Costa del Sol.
the final match of day 2, match 10. What a match this is built up to be. Maybe it's going to be the explosive batting of HBS crying out. Well, we know Vise has been in top form, but well, they're up against a team that are also unbeaten, and it's Pakaikia Barcelona, and they've got Mohamed Cameron. So you got maybe the best and most explosive bowler versus maybe the best and most explosive batter. This is really going to be a sensational match, and the captains are with the tournament referee Rob Kemi for the all-important coin toss.
Your call.
Okay. Kiba.
Kiba score. This is Kiba.
We're gonna bat first.
You're gonna bet first.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Oh. Kiba was the call from Shiraz Ahmed, and it does fall Kiba. And well, you think he's going to say he's going to have a bowl, but he doesn't. He's going to say he wants to have a bat. There's a little bit of rain that's starting to fall, but the sun is still trying to come through. So let's hope that it's not going to make any impact on this match, because this is the big one. Both of these teams are unbeaten. Well, he's going to have a bat first. So again, I think it's going to be Mohamed Baba who's got the opportunity to go big. He's well, what's the word I'm looking for? When he's out there, he's devastating, isn't he? He's brutal. He hits the ball hard and he gets runs quickly. Mohamed Cameron has gone up the order at times, but I think Mohamed Ishan and maybe Mohamed Yassin, they have to take the opportunity to perform. Maybe this is the captain saying to them, you've got to go out there and you've got to score runs. With the ball, we know it's all about Mohamed Cameron, but Mohamed Baba, he's been good there as well. Sakinder Ali, the spin is going to be important as well. RBS crying out, well, their batting is all about one man for them as well. Tobias Vise, maybe that's going to be the competition here. Vise, who scored 81 of just 24 deliveries in their last match, him up against Mohamed Cameron is going to be a tasty affair. But they always have also got the likes of the captain Vink as well. He's been pretty good with the bat. With the ball, I think again Vink, he's shown stability in his side. He's picked up wickets when they need to get them. And Julian DeMay, he's always going to be up there with the wickets, and Majinder Singh, I think he's just got better and better all the time. This is going to be a spicy match, and one man who likes it hot and spicy, well, there's both of these guys that are in the commentary box for this one. It's going to be Corey and Vinny. Take it away, guys. Over to you.
Well, on your marks, get set, let's go. Royal Rumble time, match 10 of Group E at ECL 22. I know a lot of our viewers, they have been looking forward to this. And slight surprise for me, you saw there at the toss, Pakaikia Barcelona, they have decided that they're going to have a bat first. That goes against what they have been doing earlier this week. They have been making the decision to bowl and leading with their strike weapon, Mohamed Cameron. Reinhardt, I think they probably would have batted anyway. I think they backed their skills with the bat. Vise and Walborough put on 96 for the first wicket earlier today. Apart from that, it's been a little bit slim on the runs, but to be fair, the top order batters have done the job. Martin Schalter into the side, mainly to keep wickets. I think to give Tobias Vise a little bit of a breather. But we saw this man, Mohamed Baba, former captain of Pakaikia, now just opening batter and opening bowler. He was very, very good earlier today, compiling a half century. Enrico talking about his importance with the bat. As we get ready for the first ball, Julian DeMay is going to open the bowling for HBS Kleinhaupt. The Crows hoping to keep their unbeaten streak alive, and likewise Pakaikia Barcelona. So wherever you're watching around the world, get ready for a Royal Rumble. Here's the first ball. Just comes back with the arm from DeMay. Vinny Sander here, Mr. Maximo, and welcome into the commentary box for the first time today. Spanish national team coach and former HBS Kleinhaupt player. So he's the perfect man to be next to me. And that man, of course, is Corey Rutgers, as this one's up in the air and it's gone, and Corey, Maximo, first points to Mohamed Baba.
Well, what an exciting way to start this match, and hasn't this man had a good tournament with the bat? Big Baba, when he hits it, it stays hit, and he gets one in the wheelhouse, gets every piece of it, 6 runs, and yeah, looking forward to this contest, Vinny. Tough one to call, could go either way. Will someone produce a bit of brilliance and get their team over the line?
I'm sure we're watching this one with a lot of interest as well, for many reasons. This one's just a bit too wide. This is what he'll do, DeMay, when he'll attack that kind of wide hole, as you like to call it.
Yeah.
Occasionally he'll miss, but he only gives away one. I think he's trying not to get too straight because he knows that someone like Baba could take him out of the ground. Just knocks this one into the offside. No run. So how do you see this one, Corey? I'm interested to get your insight.
Well, we know there's a big battle going on later, but I think all the other players, I mean, the man at the non-strikes and Ishan probably hasn't had the tournament he would have wanted so far. He's been good with the gloves. I think he might have a big game. And for RBS, that middle order, who's going to stand up there?
Gives them no pace to work with here.
But the big thing in this chase later is if RBS do lose an early wicket or two, they've been so reliant on Toby Svise, they need somebody else to go, hold on, I'm going to make some runs as well.
Yeah, true. Walbrook played a good support role. He made 40 earlier today, but yeah, aside from that, there's been too many contributors with the bat. I suppose you could also argue they haven't had too many opportunities because of the form of the openers. Pretty good first over this to mate. Got taken down the once, but still only 7. I think that's a win for RBS. Still a ball to go though. Last balls of overs.
Oh, so important because it sort of carries into the next over as well.
Momentum. He wants him. He goes high, and that's going to fly. Well, that's over our heads. Maximal. Bubba can't be held quiet. He scores a dozen off the first over, and it's 13 for no loss.
Jeez, there's something about the way he strikes the ball. Just at the very end, he snaps his wrist through it, and that went absolutely miles over us in the commentary box. So, in the end, the first blood goes to Pack Care. Good start from them. Well, you've got a few colours on today, don't you, Vinny? You've had a good day?
Yeah, well, I do have the orange on. I thought don't get to crack out the orange shirt very often.
Didn't know it was a peacock day.
Oh, it's just a regular shirt. You know, I like my block colours. I've got my Dutch-inspired shirt on today.
There's the Pack Care boys. Well, they've had a good tournament so far, so they'll be hoping to continue their trend. But yeah, you look very bright today.
Yeah, I've gone the orange. I know Rico keeps complaining that got my coat on. But if you've got a nice warm coat, why wouldn't you use it today? All right, he's done on strike for the first time. Whips this one off his pads. It's a long chase for the fielder, but he does well. Taylor Walbrook. There's
really well. Keeps it to single, but yeah, Ishan, he'll be happy to get off the mark. He's a good player. I've heard a lot about him. Probably hasn't made the runs he would have liked, but he'll be hoping for a substantial innings here today.
What I liked about his innings before, Teo, was that he kind of played a support role and just gave the strike to Tobias Vise early on. But then when it was his turn, he was able to get a few lusty blows of his own. Anyway, here's a good battle. Manjinder versus Mohamed Babar. This is a full toss. Could have hit it pretty much anywhere. Instead, he hit it straight to Navjit Singh at square leg.
You have a feeling that Babar's seeing the ball like a watermelon at the moment. He batted so beautiful in the game early today. I think it was 60 off 20 odd.
Yeah, 63 off 21.
Well, when you're in that sort of form, that style of rich, what's the old saying? In vein form, rich in vein, something like that.
I'll have to look that one up. Are you going to be in English?
A couple of Red Bulls before this
you
game.
Get rich in vein.
Oh, also Richard.
What?
They were just saying that. Look, moving on.
If I could Google the words you were just saying, I would find it. Make the most of it when you're in form. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, let's go with that.
In a rich vein of form. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, rich vein of form. Thank you. Almost got there.
Oh, sometimes with you, it's like trying to do a cryptic crossword. Anyway. Goes leg side. This one won't quite carry. So I think that sometimes in form batters have had a bit of luck. I think of Kurpratap Singh this morning. There's a similar one where if he hits it slightly better, it goes to the fielder.
Yep.
So, I mean, obviously, there's a tremendous amount of skill involved in any form of cricket, even this form of cricket, but you can't underestimate the role luck plays, I think. Isan on strike. Yeah, it just helps this one on its way. Adios, Palata! Maximal! Mohamed Isan. He's got a birthday this week. This was a bit of a present from Manjinder Singh. It was outside his pads. He could just turn it, flicks it away dismissively. 6 more.
Yeah, good shot that, because sometimes when it's actually outside your pad line, it's hard to catch up with, but he got every piece of that, and that will be a confidence-boosting 6. And, well, from all the teams I've seen so far, I just sort of feel this Pack Care team, they have the most firepower, don't they? They have numerous players that can clear the ropes quite comfortably. These two are a very, very dangerous opening pair. Good batting so far.
Yeah, for sure. Just need a wicket to steady themselves here. RBS. Last ball of the over. Oh, it's not a good delivery. It's too full. It's going to go. And it's going to be cuatro carreras más. Pack Care just keep on keeping on. Isan moves to double figures. Joins former captain Babar there. And that's 2 overs down. 25 for no loss.
Yeah, good start for Pack Care. They've had a really good tournament so far, and that's an absolute freebie. He's always going to put that one away. Now, what are you thinking here, Vinny? I mean, obviously they've got the Tobias Vise threat later, but what are they going to want here batting first? Anything in excess of 115?
Yeah, 120 is a good target, isn't it, to a ball? I think also it's just about batting well and seeing how the score goes. I think you can afford to be selective with what you go after. Someone like Baba's hitting the ball so well. He's getting plenty of balls in the zone that he thinks he can clear the boundaries, so you don't want to be too fixated on a target.
This is a good change. Ferdy Vink bringing himself on a lot of slower balls.
Third over. Starts with a little outswinger. Could be trouble. And he's gone. So he tried to go across the line. I think this one just shapes away from Mohamed Baba, and that is a big wicket for RBS Cryinhout. The captain comes on with immediate effect and removes a man who is in form, but he's got to go for 13. It's 25 for 1.
Yeah, that's really good bowling. And that's the outswinger. He draws the edge and he gets the big wicket. They needed that, did RBS. And, well, big wicket for them. Can they get a couple in a row? Ferdy Vink, he's having a good tournament, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a clever player. And that's a bit of brotherly love as Stephen Vink is the one, Vink I should say, that holds the catch. And so Mohamed Baba, just probably wrong shot selection there. Didn't account for the movement. I think a lot of balls have just stayed on a straight line. This one just left him slightly, so it takes the outside half. It's Vink squared that removes Baba. 25 for 1. Let's see who they send out now. Is this Yassine? Yeah, I think they might have sent out Mohamed Yassine at number 3. Player with a lot of experience at high-level cricket, Corey.
He played for Salcott in Pakistan, played first-class cricket. I think it's around 37 or 38 first-class games, and I think 20 to 25 List A games, and finds himself living in Espana now. One to watch out for. I spoke to him earlier, more a traditional T20 50 over cricketer, and trying to find his way in T10 cricket.
Can't give it a whack, though. We've seen that in ECS level for sure. Often opens the batting with Isan.
Oh, okay.
So these two are reunited. And first one is picked up, but they've got good protection there. Probably a good field, isn't it, with Vink just kind of bringing the ball into the left-hander. Gives him a bit more protection on the leg side.
Yeah, good field, I think. Deep mid-wicket and deep mid-on. So if you're going to angle it in like that, you need that protection. And also, a good amount of swing, but nice shot. Nice shot to get off the mark. Always a confidence booster.
Confident little clip. Hello to Jai Sin as well in the chat, who's welcoming me back. Well, welcome to all of you. Goes straight, and this one is banged over. Long off, Isan gets 6, Maximal. Always a good sign, I think, from Mohamed Isan. When he's hitting the ball straight, sometimes he favours the leg side and kind of overdoes it, but that one hits straight through the line, 6 more.
Yeah, that's glorious batting. That's in the coach's manual. They say try and hit the sight screen as much as possible, and that's exactly what he does. He's got himself going here. Wasn't the worst ball in the world, but that's a glorious cricket stroke.
Yeah, it's kind of a challenge, kind of a length. Mid-off was up in the circle. Back to live action now. Bit straighter. Well, this one escapes the keeper. And this is probably going to run away for 4 more. Well, this one, little under edge, I think, onto the pad. Still had enough velocity to get to the boundary. Isan moves into the 20s. Pakai Care, despite losing Mohamed Baba, they're still going at a very, very good run rate.
Yeah, they're cashing in this power play. A little bit more luck on this one, but catches up with it, goes for 4. And well, he's really motoring along now. He's 21 off 5. And this is what I mean with this Pakai Care team. It feels like they've got 4 or 5 players that can really do so. I mean, Mohamed Kamran batted at 3 last game. He's down the order this game.
Yeah, they bat deep. Kamran. See, when we see him, it's been another full toss. Needs to be stopped is, yeah, but I think they had a conscious plan as well. You saw yesterday when they were chasing 70 odd.
Yep.
That was in that game against Punjabi Lions Nicosia. They shuffled their order a bit and they backed themselves to all go from ball 1. So a bit like we saw some of the teams last week.
They're the Maverick team, aren't they?
Oh, they're
T10 specialists.
They're renegades. Don't play by anyone's rules. Yassine gets a bit of bat on this. Stopped well. That's the one. End of the over. Think not the worst over at all. Still goes for 13 though. Picks up big wicket of Mohamed Baba. 3 overs down. It's 38 for 1.
So we haven't commentated too much this week, Vinny. Obviously you got Andrew in, and respect to that. But
good to have you.
Now that we've been watching a bit of this group, has this group surprised you massively? Because if you had told me that Marlow wouldn't have a win and the team from Jersey, Farmers, wouldn't have a win, I would have said no chance.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the group of excitement. That's what I've been calling it. Group E for excitement. We had the group of death.
I don't think it was the group. This is the...
That's what I mean. This is the group of excitement.
I like it.
We spent group of death. No, I can't use that again. But this group is looking really strong. And Jersey, I mean, they've had a tough draw. They've got 2 matches to come.
Well, everyone in this team, in this group's had a tough draw. I think they've underperformed so far.
Yes and no. Look at their 3 opponents, though.
No?
Well, yes, they have, but not as much as... because look at who they've played, right? They've played Javier, and they've
They lost to Cyprus this morning.
Yeah,
Shock
they
result.
lost to group attack Sting basically, and
I
they
think-
got Pakai Care.
And with Cyprus, the Lions doing so well, and Gek from Corfu also showing the two teams I thought were going to be seeded 5th and 6th, they're really good.
Yeah. Well, here's a man that they're calling Screech, and that one screeches into the grill of Sholto behind the stumps.
I'm glad he's got a helmet on, because they hit him pretty hard.
A lot of people. Yeah, that one just bounces off his thumb, right into the gob. Luckily,
We saw that last week. The
Yeah.
keeper didn't have it on, took it in the snods.
yeah. Yeah, nasty blow up the nose. This is going to be just a one hopper to Julian Tomei. How good a fielder is Julian Tomei? I mean, he's got the height, he's got the attributes, and seems to be able to cover the ground really quickly. And also, balls that go slightly over his head, he's really good at pulling them and back into the field of play. We've seen that several times here, haven't we?
Yeah, I think Julian's mental side of his game's really improved in the last few years, and he just understands the game a lot better, and it's helped his fielding quite a lot.
Van Dijk to Isan. Tries to go across the line, just threw it too early. Well, late decision to go. Get away with it. Leg bye called.
I think Ishan will be very disappointed. He was a bit early on the shot. Maybe Bodendijk rolled his fingers across that one. A good start from him. They get through for a quick single. Would have been tight, I reckon, if there was a direct hit.
It's the kind of length that you felt should be pullable.
Yep.
But yeah, just misjudging the speed of the delivery. I guess you got to remember, new bowler coming in all the time. Takes a little bit of time to get used to the specific pace. Now, it's a little bit of an edge on this, and this is going to be 4. So things rolling the way of Pakai Care. The host nation starting brightly here. 4 more.
Yeah, it's a tough game for bowlers sometimes. Bodendijk's actually bowled a pretty good over, and he'd only gone for one of his first 3. That's good length ball, feather edge, and that's going to go away for 4. So, RBS, they're in that position again. They need another wicket, don't they? Just to steady this partnership.
Yeah, check this run rate. I mean, it's not totally out of control yet. Just remember who RBS have opening the batting. So I don't think any score's safe. Check if Tobias Vise gets going. Tries to go fetch this one. And it'll be a red dot ball. Schultz behind the stumps instead of Tobias Vise. What do you think is with the keeper change here? Is that just maybe to give Tobias a bit of a break?
Well, I know his father, Reinhard Schulte, will be really proud because he kept for the Dutch for about 50 or 60 games. He was one of the stalwart Dutch keepers, and his young boys now keeping. But yeah, Toby Savisa does enjoy getting around in the field as well.
This one's hit, and it's wide of the man in the circle. Good clean-up job, though, from Teo Walborough. As we end the 4th over with a single. Pakai Care, 45 for 1. Certainly hope that you are having a wonderful time, no matter where you're watching from around the world. It's once again pleasure to have you in the commentary box with us. Vinny Sander here, Mr. Maximo, alongside me, Corey Ruckers, former RBS Grindhout player, former VOC Rotterdam player, and current Spanish national team coach. I bet you've got your eye on a few of these Pakai Care guys as well, Corey.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a nice week to actually do a bit of commentary and see some of the Spanish cricket. That's what the ECN does. We find talent through what we produce, and it's really exciting because Pakai Care are playing some fantastic cricket at the moment.
Yeah, well, they are. Can't take that away from them at all. Reminder that you can follow us on social media as well, particularly at European Cricket. Check it out. We see Yassine turn on the first one. They've got 3 back on the leg side boundary now. Just a single.
So Piers Fletcher watching, obviously from VOC. He's just chimed in. Good timing. Martijn Schulte keeping. He's in the Dutch under-17 squad at the moment.
Oh, fantastic. So it's good experience for him, I'm sure, being put to the test.
Here's a test for Vinky. Ishan, he's still going well.
Pitches up, takes it on, and launches the bomb. Maximo! 6 more to Isan. We'll mention how he's had a pretty slow start to the tournament. There's nothing slow about the start of his innings. He's 28 off 8.
Yeah, brilliant batting. We did say that he had a slow start with the bat in the tournament. His glove work's been exceptional, but this is good batting. That's just power hitting. Quick hands and through the line of the ball. 28 off 8. He's motoring along. He's the key here. They need to get him out soon.
This is their strategy. They'll keep throwing the bat and back someone to get away. At the moment, it's Mohamed Isan. This next one's just a bit too wide.
Good take.
But we also have seen in the past, particularly in domestic cricket, Pakai Care, they have had some epic collapses. I think
really?
One game where they bowled out for 69, but then they They kept the other team to 44.
It's a pretty good win.
Sometimes it wakes them up.
That was like the final we had last Friday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
I haven't seen you since then, actually.
I'm getting my voice back. Another wide.
Yeah, we lost it.
How about that? Yeah, we haven't commentated together since that final.
We lost it. We lost the plot, didn't we?
Absolutely crazy, wasn't it?
It was good fun. It was good fun. And it's good to be back in here. And I mean, this is a huge clash. I mean, Group E's been exceptional so far, but these two teams, one of them will get their first loss after this game. Something comes in once more and respectfully cut away for a single. Good fielding there. A little bit of a fumble. I think that's Reece Mason from South Africa. Moved over to Holland a few years ago. A good young player.
Yeah, it's good to see some youth in this side, and yes, they've been eagerly looking forward to this, especially after a couple of the ECLs were not able to be held because of the pandemic. Of course, we should have seen them before, but now we do get a chance to see them here at Kartama. Very exciting stuff. Goes for this and gets it pretty good. Yassine goes bang, and right hand, left hand, any hand. Well, give him a hand, because that's 6 more. That guy can't reach 60.
Yeah, nice shot from Mohamed Yassine. And, well, we said that he's not really a T10 format player. That's what everyone says. But, I mean, when you can play a shot like that, you've obviously got something about it. He has timed the ball pretty well so far in this innings.
He wants more, but this time he's mishit it. Fielder underneath it, takes the catch. This one, you could argue, was an easier ball to put away. That timing's funny. It was just off from Yassine. And so he's got to go. Promising innings nipped in the bud. He goes for 15. 61 for 2. A nice catch taken out there on the deep square leg boundary.
Yeah, there's Reece Mason out there. We just spoke about how he's a good young fielder. And, yeah, sometimes funny. You can hit the half volley for 6, but you get the low full toss and you can't get it away. So he'll be disappointed to get out now. Good little cameo, though. And that's going to bring another danger man to the crease. It's Kanda Ali's walking out past him. But for Yassine, maybe a little bit disappointed not to keep going there. I'm sure we'll see plenty more of him as the comp goes on. He goes out for 15 off 10, striking at 150. Bit of a cameo there, so not the worst innings you'd see. But Ishan, he's still out there, and if he bats any length of time, he's going to end up with a pretty big score.
Yeah, for sure. So, I'm looking forward to seeing this middle order and seeing if they can continue after this pretty good start.
How excited are you for the contest that's coming up probably in about 30 minutes?
Super excited. I'm so happy the rain stayed away. We had a few little sprinkles, but nothing too crazy. A little bit of drizzle. So, well done by Stephen Vink. Comes up with a pretty good result. The ball wasn't quite there. And this one just be single. So Ali off the mark. He'll retain the strike. The score 62 for 2. And thanks again for all your contributions in the chat. Got Stuart Verman in the chat asking you, Corey, what kind of bowlers do you need in a T10 game? Well, I'm going to say good, but maybe as a coach you can tell me what you'd be looking for in a T10.
As we quick look at the scorecard, Isan, 29 off 9. No, good question. I think in a T10 especially, you need people that have a bit of variety. We saw last week, Pierce Fletcher used the slower balls well. A little bit of raw speed doesn't hurt, but you need bowlers that think on their feet. They don't always just want to try bowl it on the stumps and try blow the wickets away. You need guys that can bowl their best defensive ball under pressure, have a good bouncer, have a good slow ball. Variety, I think, is very important. Or you could just have 5 Mohammed Cum runs, and that would be also very helpful.
Yeah, it'll do. Here's Screech, gets paddled away.
Here's Screech.
Yeah, there's a lot of people calling Screech from Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell. We call him Benno's Screech. I've missed it. I haven't. Is that what you're saying?
That's what they're calling him.
Oh, that's a good one. I've never called him that.
What's the guy's name? Is it Dustin Diamond?
No, I can't. This was a little bit out of my era.
Come on, don't fake it, mate. You're not that young. Saved by the Bell. With Zach. They had a Zach as well. Tries to leg glance this. This isn't really time, but it's muscled. Just using the pace of Bonendike and gets a bit leg stumpish. He gets done for 4. Isan into the 30s.
Yeah, you can see he's setting up early and really favouring this leg side. So anything straight's getting worked around the corner. Maybe they could move backward square leg even finer. Doesn't get this out the middle, but gets a valuable 4 for his team.
Yeah.
They need to get him out soon, don't they?
Bonendike. A few no ball problems yesterday. See if you can get it where he needs it. Yeah, it's a little bit straight, and it's good night, Charlene. This one, top of the hill job. Maximo. 6 more. Isan up and away.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful batting. This is the half volley. I think he tried the slow ball, but it was a little bit too straight. And I mean, if Ishan finds form as well in this tournament, this Pakai Care side, they get even stronger. There's Imran. He looks after the club, the president. Pretty excited with that shot. And a lot of pressure on the young bowler here. Needs to get a little bit more outside off if he can.
Yeah, it's just pick upable length, wasn't it, for Isan? He's going to try again. And this one is going. It's going. It's gone. Back-to-back Maximos. Isan within reach of a half century. He's in a hitting mood. He's hitting away, getting some advice, I think. But I'd be saying, you go back to your end. I know what I'm doing. He moves to 45.
Yeah, I wonder what Ali's saying there, who's 2 off 2, while you're on 45 off about 12. Another half volley, just gets enough bat on it this time. A lot of height, and he's in. He's 1 stroke away from a magnificent 50.
I think he was saying, look, you didn't hit that one as far. Please hit it a bit further next time. As he's on 45, and he moved to 46 with this single.
Good adjustment from Benno there. Had to get it outside off, and good adjustment from Ishan as well, respecting the delivery. They're off to a 5 inning. They've done it a bit quietly, it feels, but they're on 80 off 5.5.
I mean, they're going at 137 pace at the moment. It's pretty good going. How does Ali approach this? Last ball of the over. Now this is going to be 4 byes, and it's just a bit of ball watching from Schulte behind the stumps. Doesn't cover the line. End of the over, 84 for 2. Well, you know, Corey, we were talking about how excited we were last week. Well, this is how excited we were during the final in the last over.
What have you got for me here, Vinny?
5 infielders. Yeah, gets runs. I like that.
Oh! No way! No way! He's missed it! Oh, it's gone! Oh, no way!
Oh no! He misfields and then they they need 2. What's happening?
Larry
Reagan! Oh, you and I have lost it!
No way! He was so... The microphone's gone off the charts here.
Oh my
And he
word!
almost... He fumbled.
Wow.
Pretty
Is that helpful? Well, that brings up Ishan's 50. What a shot that is. Great batting. He needed a big score. He was a little bit under pressure, and he's done it. 52 not out off 14 balls. And, well, I didn't think we lost it too much last week.
Well, I have to say, I find this one a little bit more believable. Isan was going to take something up for length. And then, Corey, this is what we had last week, where you just pretty much pinned me in some sort of bear tackle. That's what people didn't see.
I had 2 red balls before this game, not wise. Navjeet Singh again, short and Hoyt. It's another 6. Well, this could be a crazy big over. It's a brave call. Isan, we'd heard a lot about him. He has raced to 58 not out off 15 deliveries now.
Yeah, so what did he get? He got his 50 off 14. That's right up there. 12's the record.
I'm not going to call it, but I'm going to call it. This could happen.
Well, you're just trying to get the Dutch a wicket. As soon as you mention the C word, always get a dismissal. Isan on 58. Goes again. Toes it though. Doesn't matter. Runs out of here. Maximo. 6 more from Mohamed Isan.
Mate, Navjeet Singh, he used to be a medium slow bowler. Now he's bowling offies. It's a brave call from the skip. There's a lot of pressure here. This could be 6 sixes easily. They're 102 off 6.3.
Yeesh.
Oh, you've got to get a wide Yorker or something here. This is dangerous.
Peter's getting plenty of action out there, retrieving balls on the mid-wicket boundary.
Here we go, Vinny.
Gets it, not that good, and he's gone. It will be another 6 and out situation, and so important player to get, especially he was up and going, goes 6, 6, 6 and out, and just like that, that's the end of a lightning innings. And Corey put the kibosh on him. It worked. 64 off 17. Good catch by Julian DeMay. And it will be Navjeet Singh that gets the wicket, but at quite a big expense still. I'll be very happy to see the back of Mohamed Isan.
What an inning. 64 off 17. 8 sixes, 3 fours. So he hit 11 boundaries out of his 17 balls. And watch this applause he'll get from his team, because they know if he's in form, Pakai Care become a lot more dangerous.
Yeah, of course. They've got multiple ways they can hurt you. We've seen how taking the wicket of someone that's flying can get the innings back under control, but it's already 2/3 the innings gone, still a third available, still 20 balls available. They go to a ball pace from here, they've got 142. A lot of runs to chase, but I tell you what,
they're on for, if they keep anything like this, they're still on for 140, you'd think.
Yeah, Shiraz Ahmed come out. And so Corey gets partial credit for that wicket. Here we go, Navjit. Goes straight away, and this one's carrying Maximo. 6-6-6, wicket 6. Charles Ahmed says, I've seen it done, now I get to do it myself. And despite that wicket, they're not slowing down.
Just a different beast, this batting lineup. They just go at everything. And to be honest, the wicket-taking ball was a half volley as well, so he's a little bit lucky. I mean, we could have 5 sixes in the over and a wicket here.
I used to bowl 10 overs to take 1 for 24. He's done it in 5 balls. And this one probably be 6 more. Well, that's a fine dirty 30. And it had a wicket in it.
I was close.
So 5 sixes in the over. And Shiraz Ahmed comes out swinging, rolls the dice, picks up double sixes, end of 7 overs, 114 for 3.
Well, if someone doesn't take a wicket in this innings and end up with none for 15, 1 for still technically better. Would you take 1 for 30 off your over if you got a wicket?
You can always clip out the wicket, all right, for your social media. I think that is the key. But still, the 5 sixes are hurtful. And we certainly hope that you can join us tomorrow, day 3, the final day of round robin. We've got some interesting clashes. Pakar just the one game against Yek Corfu, last game of the day. RBS, I'll take on Punjabi Lions, Nicosia. So both these teams just playing the one match tomorrow. That will be the last match, the last matches before we settle the top 3, bottom 3. Clever slow ball. I think that might be the key here, Ferdy Vink.
And for people tomorrow, I mean, looking forward to that third game, RBS versus Punjab Lions. That's going to be me and Andrew in the commentary box. The first time, groundbreaking, the dream team.
Yeah, you're trying to get rid of me and Rico. Don't forget I make the rosters. I can still change that.
My apologies.
He's after him, and he gets him. Nice shot. Comes down, meets it. Not an easy shot to play. Well, Peter, he's fetching again. And this is a confidence-building one for Skandar Ali.
Well, I'm looking at Julian DeMay and Teo Walborough, who are at deep mid-on and deep mid-wicket, and they're going to get burnt foreheads because they're just looking over their right shoulder every time. It is clearing them by a long, long way. What do you do?
We've had 13 sixes in this innings. That's 14 now.
Oh, the old traditional leave. Well, if you played the roulette wheel, I wouldn't have said that was going to happen the next ball.
It's gambling for a wide, but have a look at it.
No, that's good bowling.
That's good. So hoping he might get away.
Have
Harvey to get a closer look.
Harvey has been a bit guilty of bowling way too straight and a few too many half volleys, or is it just good batting?
It's half volleys. That drivable length, kind of off a length, right? That kind of, they're not quite half volleys, but they're better. Because if you're driving up, you can actually get under the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see a bit more block hole stuff, I think. But the problem is they've had the occasional full toss. When they've tried that, they've overcooked it.
Yep.
Slower ball. That's a good look. I think he's probably going to the top. We might have a run out here. Well, he has to hustle back.
It's a big appeal. It was the slow ball. It was pretty close, maybe bouncing over.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, because it was that slow ball, often will kind of climb. You see, hits him quite a fair bit in front of the crease, but then
it's straight.
But rally puts a little stop sign up and says, "Get back to your end, quick."
You think that's hitting the top of the stumps or bouncing over?
I think that's going over. Caught behind, so doesn't last too much longer. Skandar Ali trying to drive outside off, chases this one. He does pick up the wicket in the end. Ferdy Vink has a second.
He's been good this week, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's been really good. 120 for 4.
Yeah, Ferdy Vink, he's had a really good tournament with the ball. He's sort of the shining light for RBS with the ball so far. This time he gets the feather edge. The batsman walked across his crease, and what Vink did really well is he put it wider of him, made him reach it, and he gets the feather edge and a second wicket for him. And, well, Pakar care, they won't be too worried about that because I know the next man is probably going to try and hit another 6. That's Asad Abbas. And he'll go Sikandar Ali for 8 off 8 with the 1-6.
Yeah, so Sikandar couldn't really get going to hit the 1-6 in there. He'll be disappointed, but still, I think we'll be pretty happy with the amount of runs that he'll have to bowl at. I think his spin could be an important factor in the second half of this game. Asad Abbas does come to the crease. He's a guy I had listed at 11. So, I mean, they really do shuffle this order around. They don't really have too many tail enders, I would say.
Yeah, Mohammed Kamran hasn't come in yet. He's one of their main batsmen, as we know. And yeah, maybe just a little bit of experimentation. They know they're probably going to finish in the top 3.
They did this yesterday as well. I think they're trying to get batting into everyone. And not just batting in dead situations, batting in live situations. Yeah, I think that's important as well, if you can afford to. Vink has been good, though, the captain. 2 for 19 with the ball to spend. Edged, and this will be 4. So, yeah, unlucky for Vink. He'll finish 2 for 23, and the score 124 for 4. Well, Corey, we talked about the first time we were excited. That was only the start of it, because watch this. This was the last ball of Group D. Sweden needing one to win.
For the Swedes. No, they're going. They need to.
Oh, he misses.
It's all over.
The Swedes.
They've done it. Oh, unbelievable.
He misses the stumps. They've done it, Vinny.
Oh, it was a suicidal run as well, but no one was at the stumps. And Albi's Army are your Group D champions. They survived where others fell around them, and the Swedish flag flies high at Karsema. A boil over. One of the best matches we've ever seen on the European Cricket Network. And Spurthorpe for MSC Frankfurt. You know, they've tried their hearts out, but they've done what looked impossible moments ago. And Jabbar, the hero, as it's Albi's Army 67, Frankfurt 66. Albi's Army winning with 3 balls to spare.
Oh, that was crazy finish.
I would say that's pretty casual commentating. That's just another Friday in the ECN.
Let's get back to the game. Here's Manjinder. Well, that has to be one of the most exciting afternoons of cricket we've had.
I just think the way that final ended, it was pretty special, and I just have this feeling that this week as well is going to be special. All these teams have the capabilities. I know we still haven't seen the best of Marlow and Farmers from Jersey, but I think we will at some stage.
Yeah, for sure. 2 good teams not to show their best at some point. Swings back in. Sneaks away with a leg bite.
It's going to be interesting in this match. I mean, if Taylor Walborough or Toby Spivey get out early, can RBS still get up to that 135 mark? That's going to be the real big question.
Yeah. I mean, they put 140 on the board. It's not safe against someone, you know, not Spivey coming out to open the batting. It's a good straight hit. Should be cut off both there. Long and long, pretty straight there. And, well, there it is. He's going to airmail it over the keeper. So an unnecessary kind of show of strength causes an overthrow.
Yeah, the captain wanted to set the standard with the strength and decided to throw it 15 metres over the keeper's head. Gives away an extra run. He'll be disappointed with that.
Well, Julian will probably try and throw one for 6 to the other end then, showing how far he can throw it. But all right, so same batter on strike. And this is sliced away, and I think this is 6. I think it's hit the rope, and it has. So maximal time. Abbas sneaks the strike back, but nothing sneaky about the next ball. He cracks it over point for 6.
Yeah, what a shot that is. And look, I'm no statistician, Vinny, but have a look for me. Has every single batsman in this batting lineup hit a 6 now? Or maybe even 2 each? Because they are just...
Yeah, they have, actually. Really good observation. All 6 batters used have hit a 6.
Well, there you go. I mean...
That's 6 number 15 of the innings.
15
That's
sixes.
90 in 6s.
Wow, wait. I reckon they might get close to 20.
Gives himself room, and he goes all up and under. But DeMay is coming around, takes the catch. Very well done. And so Julian DeMay is the boundary rider, and he just glides around the boundary. 6 and out for Abbas. And Pakai Care lose the 5th. 1-3-3 for 5.
Yeah, it just hung in the air. Didn't get enough wood on that one. Got more aerial than distance, and it's a safe catch in the end. Pretty easy. Not good couple of inches to the rope to work with. So another wicket falls, but the damage is being done by this Paco Care batting lineup because they can all clear the fence, and he's done exactly that a couple of times.
Yeah, but he's disappointed not to clear the rope with that one. I think it was that kind of a length. He got what he wanted. He gave himself some room, but it's still something he could clip away. But yeah, just didn't quite get the contact to get the distance.
Did you say 15 sixes?
Yeah, 15
What's the record, actually? What's
28.
Sorry?
28. And come on, Corey, you were playing in the game.
Oh, what's that, 28 sixes?
28 sixes in the ECL 19 final from Scotty Edwards and Maximo O'Dowd.
Oh, don't Maximo. I didn't really, did they hit 28 sixes?
28 sixes.
Has anyone come close to that?
Nope. I think we might have seen 20.
What's that? 28 sixes. What, 20 times 20 is 120. 6 times 8 is 48. That's 168.
Yeah, very good. Well done. You did get a B in maths.
I did have 2 Red Bulls.
By the way, I don't think Red Bull are giving us any money, so I think could have just said energy drink.
Oh, okay. Noted. I'm only doing 1 game a day. I feel like I've been demoted in the commentary box.
Stop selling out. All right, here we go. Manjinder Singh, last ball of his spell. All right, won't beat. This is Hanif who's come in. Majid Hanif.
You reckon someone will ever crack 36s in a T10 innings? I mean, that's every second ball.
I don't think so. I mean, what do I know? There's a lot of 6s that
Records
day.
are made to be broken, aren't they?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have thought the 137, is that what Scotty got?
Yeah.
137 would have got beaten, but 156 was scored by 1 batsman this year. Now, this is sliced away and it's going to be out. So, Hanif makes the first ball up. It doesn't waste too many. considering the resources they've still got to come. He becomes a victim of Manjinder Singh, who finishes with 2 for 21, 9 overs down. It's 134 for 6.
Yeah, unselfish play there, coming out with a couple of balls left, trying to clear the pickets, but gets the thick outside edge and safe catch by Stefan Vinke. Short third man, so RBS with a couple of wickets right at the end, and yeah, not always easy to hit your first ball for 6.
Yeah, so he finishes with wicket, wide wicket.
Vinny, we've been a couple of days into Group E, and you and I always talk about this each week. Have you got a favourite outfit for the week? Favourite
yeah,
kit?
we do.
Because for me, I mean, I don't want to be biased here, but RBS, they look sensational. I like the black and red.
I said we had kind of Pac-Man last week. I think they're more Tetris with some of their shapes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, a little bit of Tetris. Even look at the back there.
Yeah, well said.
Looking at the back.
Any other signs you like the look of this week?
Kind of like the Marlowe one. It's got a bit of the green. They say blue and green should never be seen.
At least they've won something.
Oh, ouch.
Sorry, Conrad.
May's back. Not an easy bowler to get hold of. Ahmed drags him to leg side for 1.
Do you still think spin to win's a good method in T10? Do you think more teams should be operating with maybe 2 genuine spinners?
Yeah, variety. I think adds a lot to your bowling lineup if you can. You think about how DeMay and Clayton Floyd, and then Shriz Ahmed as well, as a third option for the Netherlands in the ECC, really kept teams under wraps. This is dragged down, but it's a miss hit. It should be caught, and it will be caught. Manjinder takes the catch. DeMay gets the wicket. And so Atif Mohammed gets sent out there at number 8. But again, he'll only last the 1 ball. And so he becomes a victim of the left arm spin of DeMay. It's 135 for 7.
Well, just remember these moments. If RBS get close later in this chase, just in the last few balls, a couple of wickets, a couple of dot balls, it might be very handy later in this game.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think it's possible for Pakokare to bat the Dutch team out of the game just because of particularly Tobias Vise and the way he's been hitting the ball. He's looked every time like he might get 100. And Atif Mohammed, he was only 100 short of 100 as he goes first ball, 135 for 7. And hello to Kevin Gostowski, who's watching from Colorado in the USA. He said that the final last week was probably the first full game that he'd seen. They didn't know anything.
What do you think about this? The old Sunnies on the hat job here, Vinny.
Yeah, I know. I think it's an oversight. We've already seen some sunglasses from Pakokare be trampled today, and look, may have to observe a moment's silence for those sunglasses that were trampled on.
You think he's forgotten about those on his head?
I think he's definitely forgotten that he's got his sunnies on his head. And here we
go.
Yeah,
here we go.
Now what does he do? In the pocket's risky as well. And Jamay's saying, well, here, I'll put him on. This is very thwarting.
Oh, isn't that sportsmanship behaviour? Oh, imagine if he put them on now and bowled with them on.
I'd like to see him putting them on and dismissing the batter while wearing his sunglasses.
Oh, that would be... he's given them back. Well, he's been told he can't put them on. That would have been an unbelievable moment.
Breach of COVID protocol. But I think the Sunnies, they're not safe in the pocket. Don't know how often Adil Shafkat dives, but we could have another sunglasses issue as we get to 4 balls to come. Goes straight past the outside edge. I mean, I've seen some sledging in my time, and that's the other end of the spectrum. That's just being really, really nice to the batter, offering to take their sunnies. Oh, another dot ball handy.
Good bit of turn there for Julian. Getting a bit of purchase and a bit of bounce.
It's a number 9. Feel confident doing that. But think about who we haven't seen. Cameron hasn't batted.
Yeah, unbelievable. Just shows how much depth they've got.
Plenty of runs. Goes third time, gets some bat on this, but I think it'll just be 1. Yeah, Kevin was saying in the USA that didn't know too much about cricket, but he was on the edge of his seat. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? And often I always try and remember that some people are watching cricket for the first time. So if you do have any questions or about the rules or the strategies, anything like that, please shoot them in the chat. Last ball, it's up, and it's away. What a way for them to finish Shiraz Ahmed. He started with a couple of big bombs and he finishes with 1 out the ground. And Pakokare, they look slightly bored with hitting 6s because they're going to finish in excess of 140. It'll be 142 and count up the 6s.
16?
Yeah, 16 6s.
How many 4s?
96.
How many 4s you got for me there as well, if you don't mind?
I've got 5 4s.
So they hit 116 runs in boundaries.
Yeah, so that shows you that's about 12 runs in boundaries and over on average. So I guess when we come out here after the break, you will want to watch the battle of Mohamed Kamran versus Tobias Vise. Be about as good as it gets on European cricket. But before that, let's have a look at Mohamed Baba. Once again, he was looking dangerous. 2 big 6s from him. And Pakokare, they're saying, what's the big deal? This is how we do it. Spanish style. That was picked up by Isan over the boundary. Baba, little wobble at the start as he went for 13, but then Mohamed Isan, the very talented keeper back, well, he picked up the pace.
Yeah, we spoke about how he hadn't had a big score in this tournament so far, and obviously representing España, wanting to do well, and he batted beautifully. Some beautiful shots over long off, and he was joined by Mohamed Isan and Mohamed Yassin, I should say, and he played a nice shot over mid-wicket for 6, and all the batsmen coming in seemed to be able to get one away. And Yassin will be disappointed he missed out on that full toss there. Probably should have got that one away as well. But Ishan, he kept on going, and at one stage we thought he was going to hit 6 sixes in an over.
Yeah, well, his teammate came and finished off the job, but not before he was dismissed. Plenty more action before then, as we saw Shiraz Ahmed come out, and he had a good start. But before that, Skander Ali just handing out some advice to Isan. I think he was just saying, keep hitting sixes. And, well, we of course remember the excitement in the box. Bit of excitement out in the middle. A little cuddle every time you hit one. And Ahmed Kamran had to be woken up during this innings from time to time. I think he'll be fully awake when he hits the bowling crease very shortly. Demay, good catch from him. It's always dangerous around that area. And see that little nick behind. So Ferdy Vic, he was one bowler that seemed to be able to stem the tide with some of his variations. Another good catch from Demay. He tripped the light fantastic around the boundary. But yeah, new batters came, they kept swinging, they weren't too worried about getting out. We saw a few wickets tumble at the end. We also saw plenty of sixes as Pakai Care, they piled on the runs. 142, 143 will be the target, but certainly the Dutch team, they're one team that they could chase down this many runs.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was unselfish play by the lower order. There was a couple of dismissals, but they still kept swinging for the team and getting the sixes away, and ending up with a remarkable 16 sixes in the innings, and that's exceptional power hitting. So you think Pakai Care will be the happier of the two sides at the halfway stage, but as we've mentioned, Javiers aren't out of it just yet. We take a look at the batting scorecard, and that man at the top, Mohamed Isan, spectacular innings, 64 of 17, and then look at some of the cameos as well, Vinny. Yeah,
and they've got those double figure scores, and they're all kind of, except for the zeros and ones, they're all in excess of 100 or exactly 100, and 8 of those sixes were hit by Mohamed Isan. So you need someone to go big, and you need some support around them. So a very good T10 innings, and 6 bowlers were used during it, all in double-digit economy. Julian Demay, well, probably the best of the bowlers, but even he got hit for 6 on the last ball of the innings, 1 for 21. 2 wickets for Manjinder Singh, 2 for Freddie Vink, who I thought bowled very well, and then you see Navjit, he went the journey, didn't he? 5 sixes and a wicket. Yeah, there's plenty going on in his over.
Yeah, there was a lot. I mean, you can see it there. The big tower at the top, 30 runs and a wicket. You don't see that every day. And even though they got those wickets late, the damage was already done, and they ended up with a really impressive 142 for 7. I think that's about 20 over par. I think 120s would be exceptional, and I think you'll take 142 with both hands.
I think it's even more in this game. I mean, average score batting first, 105 during this ECL. Yep. What you would say, though, is that both these teams have a lot of firepower, particularly with the bat. So maybe a bit higher for these two teams, but still, that's neutralised when we return, because we're going to see Mohamed Kamran unleashed in the last innings of the day. So don't go anywhere. Back in around about 5 to 7 minutes for the chase. It will be a colossal chase if it's pulled off, but Javier Kreinhout, they'll fancy their chances with some of their guns at the top of the order. 143, they'll need for victory. One of these two teams will be undefeated tonight, but the other one will taste a loss for the first time. So join us shortly. Vinny Sandu here, Mr. Maximo, alongside Corey Ruckers. Hope you're enjoying the action here on ECN. Don't go too far. We'll be back more with some more exciting cricket action just after this. You're watching the Bet to Ball European Cricket League. Welcome back to the Costa del Sol. ECL 22 in full swing. Last innings of the day. And you might have been with us 9 hours already. Well, you don't want to go anywhere. Park yourself on the edge of your seat. Let's get ready to rumble.
Oh, bring it on.
It's going to be Mohamed Kamran versus Tobias Vise to start this off.
In the left corner, Tobias Vise, 185 runs, striking at 280. In the right corner, Cami Bai, 7 wickets at 20 for 22 runs at an economy of 3.
Why is this that much?
What a matchup that is.
It's going to be good.
Who do you choose? What way do you go?
It's going to be good. One thing I will say about Vise is he's taken on fast bowling before.
Oh, this one, he has faced extreme pace.
Yeah.
But I mean, what corner do you go here? You've got Hitman versus Hitman also. It's Hitman versus Hitman.
Yeah, it is.
I'm overly excited.
I'm neutral, but I'm loving it. I'm so excited.
This might be one of the greatest contests in ECN history. Tobias Vise versus Mohamed Kamran. Honestly, this is big.
Man, oh man. Well, Kamran will be hoping for the early knockout. He doesn't want it to last that long. Vise, he's a guy that can hurt you. 143 for the victory.
I've never been this excited to watch
You
a
said
battle.
you had 2 energy drinks, which is 2 more than you're actually allowed. And let's just say, start your engines. Let's get ready for a Royal Rumble. It's Kamran to Vise here. 143 to win. Takes it on straight away. This one was hitting middle stump.
First round, Tobias.
Oh no. Wow, this is almost a run out. Well, they come together. The referee has to separate them. And the first one, bit of a draw, a single to start it off.
Oh, it's a brave shot first ball. He tried to absolutely mow that, stamp his authority. And you know who's an innocent bystander? There's Taylor Warbrough, because he's a gun player as well. He's on strike now.
And let's not forget him. I think it's more of a tag team battle, really, isn't it?
It is, because Taylor, he was saying on the side to me before, he loves pace on the ball as well.
And Kamran's got Mohamed Baba as his tag team partner coming up in over number 2.
What a matchup.
Here's Warbrough for the first time. So, good shot, goes with a hit. He's a bit lucky that got past Mohamed Kamran because he seemed to go straight away there, Warbrough. Could have been in trouble with a clean pickup.
Yeah, could have been. Good batting though, right in behind it. Not too much swing on offer, and played that pretty well.
He's seen a bit of swing today. Depends on the ball, I think.
When he
hasn't gotten too many swinging balls.
Every time he's bowled a bumper this tournament, he's also got a wicket.
Yeah.
He's bowled 4 bounces, he's got 4 wickets from them. So when's that going to come? Here we go. Here's the matchup we want though. I would say first round split even.
Yeah, I agree.
I have a feeling Tobes might go do something amazing here. Something crazy.
Slip in place. They'd love to get Vise well ahead in this game.
Oh, that was quicker.
Might have flicked the pad.
No, it's a wide. It's a wide. Didn't flick the pad. No, it was down the leg side, definitely. So, well, what do we call that? Do we call that a neutral yet? Nothing happened there. You can see here, that one did swing, and that was in at the hit. Oh, that's quick.
Follow through, carries all the way to Vise. And, he doesn't seem too fussed about it.
Here we are, still neutral at the moment.
Something's going to happen.
Yeah, something's going to happen. Who's going to win this battle?
Matter of time. Well, this one's going to go all the way. Almost got for 6. He's late on that full shot. Vise, he gets the boundary, but not in convincing fashion.
Well, who wins that then? Because it wasn't convincing. It's like an uppercut that just glanced.
It's like a lucky punch.
That's got. I mean, Tobias has faced fast bowling around the world. That hurried him up, didn't it? I mean, look at him. Look at Hitman. Look at his face. Hitman's just thinking, nope, not happy with this. I'm going to put another 10 kilometres on this.
Yeah. Good reader of body language, and that's a man.
Oh, he's looking up.
He's pretty focused.
He just looked at the com box. This is going to be quicker.
Yeah. Here we go. He tries. This one flies through. He's a long way back, isn't he?
Oh, and there's a little
wide.
Oh, there's a little bit of looking at each other here. Yeah, I'm liking this. This is a good contest. Couple of wides, an edge for 4. No one. Tayo's just enjoying himself. You're sitting at the non. You're enjoying this if you're at the non-striker's end.
Good luck. He's putting up pictures. He's moving his stuff into that non-striker's end at the moment.
Do you think Cameron's thinking back of a length again?
I think he might. To try and surprise him because he almost got him on the hook there. Now he goes full. Nice. It's driven away. It'll be 4. This is going to go all the way. And we saw just over pitching a couple of times against Farmers earlier, getting driven through the covers. Cameron goes for the Yorker. Doesn't quite hit it. And Visay, he's got the honours so far, 2 boundaries in the over.
Yeah, I would say that's round 1 to Visay. I think that was the slower ball. He just got it completely wrong. He flicked his fingers at the end. So Tobes kept his shape and gets it through the gap. Hitman, well, Hitman's taken the first punch to the midriff. 1-0 down.
When the ball's not swinging, and you'll see Cameron probably bowling more of these kind of basically fast off-cutters.
He's a smart bowler. He's not just pace. Shot. Oh. Whoa. Whoa, that is high-level batting. I tell you what, that might be shot of the tournament, Vinny Sandhu.
Well, when you consider the situation, the bowler, and he can't just play him out. You're going to attack, and that's what we expect from Tobias Visay.
What a shot this is.
Yeah, back foot drive. Just played on length. Perfect shape.
How much time did Tobias have for that? I mean, Cameron hurries up everybody. He's bowling to someone that's faced this sort of pace before.
This will be quicker. This will be quicker.
Well, I've never seen Cameron not take a wicket in the first over. Dave was just enjoying himself at the non-strikers end.
It's all you, bruh.
Yeah.
Here we go. 16 of Cameron's first over with the ball to spare. He has been good getting wickets off the last ball of the over. He's done it twice today.
Hitman! Oh! Hitman does it in the end.
Oh, I mean, yeah, he tries to get funky. And, well, Cameron, I'm just saying, you might have won a couple of battles, but I've won the war. At last, 1 over, and it ends in the dismissal of Visay, who goes for 16. Well, he was annoyed with himself after he gives up his stumps, and that leg stump's gone a long way.
Is the leg stump okay? Because that hit it really, really hard. Well, that's a knockout punch, isn't it? And Cammy's going to take the chocolates. I've seen him. This is a remarkable stat. So since I've been going around with the T10 and he's broken it, did he snap it?
That's all right. Just needs a
so this is my stat. So I went to the Alicante T10, then I had the MCC tour, and I've had this. I've seen Mohamed Kamran open 12 games, 12 overs, and he has taken a wicket 12 times in the first over. That is a freak talent.
Look at Visay. He was straight out the back of the tent. I think he just needs some private time. I think he's annoyed with himself. And you have to say, it's the kind of shot we haven't seen him playing today.
See, that's what pace does sometimes. You do weird things.
Stood up, and he stood up and batted most of the day. He just got so inventive there. I mean, if he hits that with the pace, it's going to fly a long way. But it's adios, Tobias. 16 for 1 after 1. It didn't disappoint. And guess what? Cameron still does have an over. He's his tag team partner, Mohamed Baba, with the ball in over number 2. So, might be a run to start. Yeah, they do get the runs they need off the first over, but at a significant cost, Corey. Losing Tobias Visay. Now, to Walbra. Trying to pick up the pace. Manjinder's come to join him. On strike again at the moment.
Well, this is the big query, isn't it? I mean, so far RBS have had a good tournament, but Tobias Visay's been flying the whole time. So now Tayo Walbra, he has a lot of pressure on him, and someone in that middle order has to step up in a big way.
And they're not going to have it easy either. Do you think they'll bowl Cameron a second over straight away?
Yeah, they always do. I mean, if you're
always
like coach's perspective, when someone's so good with the new ball, you're crazy to take it off his hands.
Yeah.
I mean, even in the T20s, I had him at our disposal. I bowled 4 overs with him with the new ball. I know you can hold someone back and save him 1, but he's that good with it. He can sort of change a game and take 3 or 4 wickets. I don't think, honestly, I've never seen him not take wickets. And he's a special talent. I think he's got a bright future coming up, Cameron.
Yeah, well, love to see him at the national level.
Yeah, he's got to earn his stripes still.
This is a big shot straight off the mat from Manjinder. He tries to fetch it.
What's one of the better battles you've seen in cricket? I remember when Dale Steyn was bowling to Sachin Tendulkar in South Africa. That was a big one.
Warren Tendulkar.
Yep.
Always love the Warren Tendulkar battles.
Yep.
Rest his soul.
And there's been plenty of them over the years. This one, Baba versus Singh.
2 strikes. Just trying to go leg side. And Baba. There's a fair bit of, you know, you talk about Peacock Fridays, there's a fair bit of peacocking about this Paco Care side when they get up. They really play with a bit of swagger, don't they?
Well, they've been up the whole tournament. I don't think I've ever seen them down. When they started against Mara, they had them 7 for 7 the other day, and they haven't looked back since.
Yeah.
And this man as well, Baba, he's hit the ball hard, and he's bowled really economically the whole tournament.
Important player, former captain. Concentrating on his batting and bowling now. One. No bat on this. Almost comes back near the stumps. So, yeah. All right, tell me, honestly, RBS now, they've lost Visay.
I tell you,
a fork in it?
Teo Walborough, I've seen him play in Holland last year. Very, very talented. So while he's there, game is still on. But if he goes soon, I can't see how they could do it.
Weights and punches. And in a way, it kind of works having all the fielders up at this stage.
Was that a maiden, Vinny? I got carried away there. I was looking at a few, I think that might have been a maiden.
Let me go and have a look.
No, it couldn't have been because I think Tobes got bowled off the last ball of the over.
There's a leg bite off that over, but essentially that's a maiden to the
it is a
bowler,
maiden then.
Babar.
Oh, brilliant.
So just the one off the over. 17 for one off two.
Yeah, I mean, how exciting is it just to see an out-and-out quick? I remember when everyone was getting into me saying the Indo-Bulgarian Express was quick. I'm sorry, he bowls fodder compared to this. If he was that quick, he would have had 20 wickets for the week.
Being disrespectful. We never aimed at stumps, so we'll never know. Anyway, here's Cameron, over number 2. Nice looking drive. Not going to run. That's the problem as well. Not only do you need to survive, Cameron's over. Now they've fallen behind the rate because of what happened in the second over. So
they're a good pair, those two, with the new ball.
Will bowl the first 4.
Excited to see how Teo plays this. He's 1 of 4. He knows he needs a boundary, but he's up against some class acts.
Entertainment. Nice looking shot.
Oh no, Singh. Well, when you're 0 off 4 and you're not the most technical of batsmen, this will test you out.
So let me tell you about the time that Nathan Coulter cartwheeled to number 11 so bad that I almost took a stump when I was about 20 metres back.
Yeah?
I'm feeling that Mohamed Isan might have one of those issues in a second if Manjinder bats like he did last over.
Is he going upstairs or is he going stumps?
I think he saw last over. Manjinder swung and missed at a couple. And I think Manjinder's probably going to try and take it on. So
here we go.
I think he's going stumps here. Does.
Well played.
Not too full. So
do you think sometimes Cameron chooses when he wants to add 5Ks? Because I saw some deliveries he really just bend. Sometimes he just doesn't bend his back as well. And there's sometimes he just lets it rip.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's got. So I remember Dennis Lilly saying, talking about changes of pace and talking about slower balls in limit overs cricket and all this. He said, but what's even better is you can have a quicker ball. Have a quicker ball that you can go to. Almost gets over the fielder, but doesn't.
Proper test match cricket, that, isn't it? Playing it late, chopped down into the gully region.
Yeah, so everyone talks about slow balls and variations.
Have you explained his nickname yet? Why I call him Hitman? If anyone played the video game Hitman 47, look it up on Google. Hitman 47. It looks exactly like Cameron.
Have a look at his profile. I'm going to show you. I'm going to make you laugh in a second.
Here we go.
Look at the website and look at his profile picture.
I will. Oh, he's got it. Well, this is what class bowling does. He rips through Tobias Visay. He snicks off Teo Walborough. Hitman strikes again, and he is taking pack-eye care through this match.
Now, maybe through the whole week if he keeps bowling like this. Cameron, 2 for 18 now. Just hit for a few boundaries in the first over. This one, regulation outside edge. The angle across hasn't really been getting swing, but he doesn't need to. And he's bowling rapid. And Cameron is up and off you go. And so RBS Carvalhos, they lost both openers now. Walborough wasn't able to do too much while he was at the crease. He goes for 2, and it's 19 for 2.
Well, this is what extra pace does, and he is just quick, and he's getting out not just batsmen trying to hit sixes, he's getting out class batsmen. For the week, right now, I have Hitman, Cameron, he has 9 for 37.
Yeah, not bad. It's like bowling a team out almost for 37, which is what they did the other day, really.
I mean, you see fast bowlers around, they get 1 wicket, but they'll get a bit of tap here and there. He just takes wickets for fun. I mean, 9 for 37 is remarkable.
16 of those came today in the first over.
Imagine him on a green turf deck with a bit of spice in it.
No, thank you. All right, last ball of the over.
He's got him.
Got another one.
He's got him.
Straight off the face of the bat. Vick's got to go first ball. He won't get his hat trick because that's his last one, but he does get 3. RBS in tatters now into the power play. 19 for 3.
I don't think Ferdy Vink saw that. That skimmed his glove on the way through. That was an absolute seed. He's going to end up with 3. That's 10 for 37 for the comp. Watch this.
I think it's off the face of the bat, I think. See how he doesn't really play it with a straight bat. He tries to run it down the third man. Yeah, maybe glove, maybe face. But on the camera,
Oh, this guy.
cracked a smile. You don't see that very often.
Hitman is different gravy, just different gravy, and he's basically put a end to this game already. Sensational. He waves up to the commentary box. Well done to him. Sensational bowling, and he'll be pretty happy with his effort. He's had a very good day.
He's motioning to us like a referee stopping a fight, saying, "No, that's it, stop the fight, it's over." Cameron takes the honours. 3 wickets, destroying this top order. So yeah,
Well, is
18 for 3 after 3.
okay. This is going to sound ridiculous. Is a team that play him better off sending out the 11, 10, 9 and trying to get through 2 overs because he's ripping through top orders? What do you do?
It's not that silly, but here's the issue, right? You're chasing 140, so you don't want to burn those overs anyway. And then they've always got the option, if you send out those guys, they don't have to bowl him straight away, right? It's not like he's been swinging the ball a lot. He doesn't have to bowl the first over. So if you send out your lower order,
Why can't anyone no one can get through him? I've never seen a batting lineup get through him yet.
partly it's the aura, right? Partly it's the aura.
The hitman
And also
trend is going.
Extremely good bowler, and he hasn't even swung one yet. That's a scary one. All right, Manjinda is away. It's going, and this one's out of here. Maximal. And Manjinda trying to get something going for the Dutch. He gets 6, and they pass 20.
Yeah, good shot from him. He's still there, and well, they need to go at 17s already, so it's going to take a miracle, but you've got to give it a go. You don't just want to lose and just block it all out. So good 6 for him, and hopefully he can get himself in. A lot of RBS supporters hit. They'll be hoping for a good contest. Oh,
Exciting stuff, isn't it?
it's just unbelievable. It's super exciting. I know a lot of people tuned in for that contest, and well, they definitely got what they were waiting for.
Come up. There's the Journey first ball. Bangs this one in. This will be more runs. And this is going to be 6 more. Maximal. And Jinder trying to pick up the pieces. They need to have a magical over to get back in this match. They certainly made a good start here with 12 off the first 2 balls from Mohamed Baba.
Yeah, good batting. Really good batting. He gets to the way. Well, look, if they stay in this contest, he needs to go big here, and they want to find someone else to get in some form in that middle order. So hopefully he can go on and get a big score here.
Slow ball with the grunt. This is in the gap. This will be 4 more. Good batting. He picks it. There's one thing to pick it. You have to put it away, and he picked the gap perfectly. So 6-6-4. Manjinda hitting his straps. HBS putting down a fight now to the Spanish champions.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this just shows it's not just only Tobias Viso and Teo Warbright. This man's got a bit of talent to play those shots, so good on him.
All right, I want you to look at the website. I know we've got it up in front of us. Look at Mohamed Kamran's profile photo there, Corey, and tell me what you think.
There's a good set of hair on Hitman there.
I don't know how old this photo is. From the 70s. He's got the weirdest profile picture. Must be from a couple of years ago.
People should all download our app, though.
Definitely get on the ECN app or the website ecn.cricket or europeancricket.com. You can check out what Mohamed Kamran used to look like. All right, goes, drags this, and it's going to be in the gap. Yeah, well done, knocks it down. They will get 2 here. Turning a boundary to 2 at this stage is a win for the fielding side. Yeah, getting my breath back now. We've certainly had a few exciting moments, haven't we, in the box over the last few days, Corey?
It's always with you, but that's a good bit of fielding out there. Almost another boundary. Sort of drags it across the line, but that's really good fielding. Saves 2 runs.
So, continuing round the wickets. I think he's playing into that leg side strategy. This time, 20% more careful. They're going to throw anyway. Hits the stump, so they should get a second. Oh, they don't. Cameron comes in to clean up pretty quickly. He's everywhere at the moment. And yes, here's the thing. They still need over 100 runs from here. So, it's a lot of runs to get.
Adil Ahmed, well, he can hit a long ball as well, and he needs to get on with it straight away. And, it would be a minor miracle if they stayed in this match, but you've got to give it a go. Madrid Singh's got off to a good start, 20 off 10. He's doing his job.
After swinging and missing at the first 4 or so.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got to love pace. Nothing like watching a genuine pace bowler.
Yeah, it's just exciting, isn't it? I think our chat blew up while he was bowling in. I mean, he's 10k quicker than the Bulgarian choo-choo train.
I was trying to explain pace because, you know, wicket kept to some of the top bowlers, international bowlers. It was a great experience. But a lot of people can bowl around 80.
Yeah.
A lot of people can at that level. Big trouble, and he's gone. So it's going to be a golden duck for Adil Ahmed. This one just nips back a bit off the seam, I think. So Baba, not often he goes wicketless, and he doesn't in this match either. As he catches him dead in front. He'll will take 1 for 19 off his allotted 2, and 4 overs down, 38 for 4.
Yeah, good decision from the umpire as well, because that was absolutely plumb. It sort of just held its line, decked back a little bit. That's hitting middle halfway up, so definitely out. And well, Pakike, their outstanding tournament continues. And well, you and I said that it was going to be a bit of a boxing match to start this game.
This is the
am I RBS or are you Pakike?
I've got the Dutch colours on.
And
so Vise's gone bang, 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 got a few jabs in, but then what happened?
Bang.
Whoa! I don't know, is that kind of...
bit aggressive?
I think it'd be a no ball if you headbutt. I was just going to say...
We're talking about genuine
punch.
pace, and tell us more.
I'll go further. I think the Vise kind of knocks himself out, because I think he plays a shot that he regrets now. Wasn't really necessary. Anyway, he was bowled, attempting to flick the ball away. As we have a look at the group format, these two are undefeated. Only one of them will be at the end of this match. And of course, tomorrow we're going to have final day of round-robin matches. And we've got Super Thursday with the top 3. Well, they're safe for Finals Friday, but the bottom 3 have to play for their tournament lives. Then on Finals Friday, we'll have the top 3 and the Elimination Day winner as the 4 seed. So the top 3 on Super Thursday, they'll play for position. And only 2 of them will get the double chance.
Reece Mason's walked out to the middle. Good young man, improved his game a lot in the last few years. Good luck to him.
So here's Atif Mohammed, young bowler. Starts with a single.
Yeah, he's a good young bowler. Tall, left armour again. Pakike, they've definitely got some variation in this attack. And are you in this situation now if you're RBS? You want to just spend some time at the crease, get some form into a couple of guys, or are you still trying to pull off a miracle?
Yeah, it's a tough one. You don't want to wave the white flag too early. You know what I mean? But I feel like these two teams will probably have a few battles this week. They keep going this way.
He's got a long run up, strong action. Bowling his first ball to Reece Mason now. He moved to Holland a couple of years ago now, 4 or 5 years. He's been at RBS ever since. Popular man at the club.
Yeah, sure he is.
Short ball, well pulled away, and he'll find legs. So that'll get him off the mark. Always a nice feeling for a batsman. And I feel like this could be a prelude to the final. I still think RBS have a lot to offer in this tournament. And I just feel like we might be seeing these two teams right at the end on Friday.
How concerned are you that they don't seem to be getting runs from these kind of 3 to 6 position, although Manjinder...
But they haven't had much of a go.
Yeah, that's what I said at the beginning. Manjinder's been decent after a bit of a shaky start. Oh, maybe just missing.
Oh yeah, must have just been missing.
Had a good look though.
It was close. It was very, very close, and given out, but not out by our big man TP there.
Yeah, I think it's a good call. I think with the angle, see where it's coming from, hits him in line, or maybe even half the ball outside leg stump.
Clipping, maybe missing.
I think that's comfortably missing.
Yep.
It's worth a good look though. Pakike think everything's out.
Well, the way their tournament's going, you would. Oh, they haven't really put a foot wrong, have they?
No, they haven't. They haven't. And there's
a bit.
There's an aura about them. You know, we talked about the Royal Tigers earlier, saying that no one wants to play them. And this one totally miscued, and it will be caught. Well, everything's going their way at the moment, and he had to go a long way to go and fetch that. Guess who? Mohamed Baba takes the catch. Just one hand coming off the bat. No real timing at all from Reece Mason. And so Atif Mohammed gets a wicket. That's a 5th down now. And the score is really not moving along either. 41 for 5.
Yeah, it's on a bit of a hiding to nothing. Not easy to come out and try hit your first few balls for 6. And that's what happened there. He has to go, but I'm sure we'll see more of Reece Mason as the week progresses. And yeah, RBS, it's been a tough game for them. They haven't really been in it after the early onslaught with the bat from Pakike. Good bowling, good fielding, and they're just doing everything right. It brings new batsmen to the crease as the young Navjeet Singh. And he's a very good technical player, and he's been involved in Dutch 11s and Dutch A teams. And yeah, good luck to him. He's more a 50-over player, but still trying to find his feet in this T10 format.
Here's Atif Mohammed. Good wicket for him. Into the side. Was 12th man earlier today. Let's get another. This one off the outside edge. Just a single.
Another one. Atif Mohammed's one on my radar. A young left arm seamer. I mean, left armers as well. Just that natural angle they get. It's beautiful to have. I know we've already had a couple in the Spanish setup, but there's plenty around there. I'm always amazed in Europe at the depth of bowling stocks of these like Pakistani Indians that are living over, Afghanis as well, that just bowl wheels.
Yeah.
That just bowl wheels. I mean, this young Mohammed, he would walk into the VOC lineup as a bowler. Walk in.
No substitute for natural talent. Raw pace as well. This one's got a bit of pace off the bat though. It's the longest boundary on the ground, but it'll clear it. Maximal to Manjinder. He's trying to keep this innings alive. He moves to 27. Halfway through the chase, it's 48 for 5.
Yeah, good batting from him, and this is a silver lining for RBS, and he's going to take a lot of confidence from this innings. After the first few balls, he didn't get away, but he's got himself in here, and he's timing it quite well. And what we said, they're going to need more batsmen in this tournament to step up. And Manjinder, he's stepping up at the moment. He's 27 off 13, and that scorecard doesn't look too good. And well, the openers, that's the first time the openers have failed for RBS in this game, and you would say they're pretty much dead and buried at the moment unless something remarkable happens.
Fair observation.
New bowler coming into the attack. It looks like Shiraz Ahmed, the captain. He's led the team really well so far this week.
Yeah, he's been good, hasn't he? He's taken over the reins recently from Mohammed Babar. He's just freed up to just concentrate on his batting and his bowling, and it's working out pretty well for everybody concerned with Pakai Care. Turned away. It'll just be 1 to Navjit Singh. Well, he's one guy that would just love to get a few runs. I think he's just had a few problems adjusting to the format. He's a very talented player. He's got a good technique, Navjit, but it's just expanding his zones, I suppose, or just trying to score a bit quicker, basically.
Yeah, he's a really good young player and really good at the longer formats. And the more T10 you play, you start to find your ways and your rhythms, and I'm sure he'll be able to figure that out. He's got plenty of talent, that's for sure. Manjinder, though, he's done really well. Promoted to number 3. He's 27 off 13 at the moment.
Yeah, after a pretty slow start as well. This one is going to get lucky. And this one almost goes all the way. It'll be 4. And Manjinder moves into the 30s. But see, you can see, you just get a feeling in the dressing room there for RBS. They kind of think that they're a long way behind in this game, even though that one does bring up the 50 for the Dutch.
Yeah, a little bit of luck. Fortune favours the brave, but another boundary for him. Can he get himself to a well-deserved 50? But this is important. I mean, RBS later in the tournament, if you can rely on him as well, all of a sudden that batting order's just got a bit more depth.
He's just looked a lot better after the first few balls.
People in the chat are still talking about Hitman. Everyone on YouTube's caught up on it. It's brilliant.
Well, the robot thought it might break the internet earlier. This Royal Rumble. Gives up his stumps, but let's get a bit of bat on it. Just the 1. So how does someone like Navjit Singh, okay, if you're coaching him, okay, he's more of a longer form player, but he's trying to adapt his skills to T10. What's he trying to do? Is he just playing a second field role at the moment, trying to get Manjinder back on strike? What's his kind of...
You've got to start
his end game here?
He's got to start learning how to hit boundaries himself. Can't just always hit ones.
Slow ball. He's bowled that one really well today, Shiraz Ahmed. This one diddles Mohammed Ihsan behind the stumps for a bite. And look, the way that batting practice has changed now, isn't it? It's more a bit like baseball with range hitting, right? So it used to be going to the nets and you're kind of just working on your technique and this. But now the players want to know how far they can hit the ball and just practice hitting these big shots now.
Yeah, for some people it just comes natural, and for others it takes a lot of work and a lot of practice, and might be something that Navjit Singh wants to practice a lot of, hitting pockets over cover, over mid-wicket. He's definitely got the ability. I rate him quite highly.
That's it. It's a bit. Thinking of 2. I think just the 1 in the end. Baba runs it in. He's getting his steps in.
Running like Mario.
Look, they're just having a lot of fun, and it's easy.
Well, that's
when you're annihilating opposition every day.
Winning cultures do that, don't they? When you're winning, everything's fun. Everyone's smiling. There's no team talks. You're just going through the motions, and you're absolutely loving it.
Yeah. Last ball of the over. It's been the West Indies 1970s ECN style about this Paco Care.
That's a huge call.
No, at that same sort of attitude. I'm not saying they're as good as them, but I'm saying, as we see, end of 6 overs, 57 for 5. I remember a famous toss. I can't remember who it was exactly. Maybe Dennis Amiss from England, rocking up to the toss in an England-West Indies test match in his blazer and slacks, and then reading out the England team. You know, this is who we'll be playing, and then about 3 or 4 in, Vivrich he's in his flip-flops and shorts, says, look, play who you want, and we're going to beat you. But one thing I want to know, Paco Care, surely they're going to have a stumble at some point. Let's see how they handle it as a group. All right, 7th over. This one's skewed in the air. Probably falling to a safe patch. Three fielders converge. They come back for a slightly dodgy two, but good running by Navjit. That's probably another thing you can do well, is run between the wickets. If you're not an out-and-out boundary hitter, Navjit does well to hustle for a double there.
Yeah, absolutely. Running between wickets is very important. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. Remember Carlton from Scotland, they didn't feel any pressure until the final, and then they lost. So will that happen to Pakai Care this week? They've got to be careful. Eventually, they will feel some pressure in this T10 format. Young Mohammed versus young Navjit here. Well bowled, wide of off stump, but that's a glorious looking shot. Mohammed Cameron going around and Hitman picks it up in one foul swoop. He's honestly, the way he was batting today in the field, look, he looks up here, he's just enjoying himself as Hitman out there. And when you're taking wickets, I'm not surprised that he is enjoying himself so much, but they just seem a really good unit at the moment. And RBS, they won't be too disappointed from all this. They're still a good team and they're well in place to finish in that top three. We know how important that is.
A few questions coming through in the chat about Cameron's eligibility for Spain. People noting he wasn't turned out for Spain in the ECC last year.
Secrets. Nice shot.
Yeah, he'll get 4 here, just evades the point. A little bit short, and Manjinder takes it on. He's been a shining light in this innings for RBS, I think, as he moves to 37.
Yep.
Good luck. The thing I like about this shot, he's been a bit leg side conscious this innings. This shows he can hit the ball through the offside and be an offside threat. It just means it's a bit more difficult to set a field to.
Yeah, good batting and playing the ball on its merit, and yeah, really good shot that. And I hope he gets to a 50. He actually really deserves one. He's put on a good showing for RBS here. Do you notice I'm saying RBS and not HBS? That's the Dutch way.
Yeah, the Dutch way.
Sorry.
No, I've been saying RBS.
Oh, good.
That's the way I always hear it. So,
but yeah, with
Yek for GEK, we say Yek.
So you and I have got many languages. But yeah, to reply to all those messages in the YouTube chat, let's just say watch this space. We have a big program with Spanish cricket coming up. I don't want to give away too many secrets just yet, but let's just see what happens in the future.
You're a pretty good poker player, we know that.
Very good, actually. Leading the tables in
leading the table on points after 7 matches.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I actually think that if we start streaming the ECN Poker Tour, we might actually
well,
24 hours a day.
Daniel and James left, so we might be able to.
All right, goes and see you later, Alligator. This one is well past the fan zone. Maximal for Manjinder. Moves into the 40s. That was a big swing away on the leg side.
Tell you what, he has timed the pants off that. That's good batting. And what a silver lining this has been for RBS. He's looked pretty good. Besides the first 4 balls, he's hit everything out the middle. And this is going to give them more batting depth going forward in this tournament. Because, I mean, they've basically got the top 3 spots locked up.
Yeah, well, you'd think so. And, yeah, this has been a good confidence builder for Manjinder. Still had his moments, I think, where he hasn't made great decisions, but he's gotten away with them. He's hit quite a few cleanly. Not this one, though. This one, he missed quite a few of the 20 deliveries that he's faced. The ones he has hit, he's hit pretty well. End of 7 overs. RBS, 70 for 5. Gives us a chance to look ahead to tomorrow. If you enjoyed today, well, hopefully we have your attention again tomorrow for 10 more hours of live cricket on the European Cricket Network. If you're watching on Fancode in India, or our YouTube channel, or one of our partner broadcasters, Arlo, well, they really need a win, don't they? I'm sure they're going to come out swinging against the Punjabi Lions. Nicosia and Jersey, another team without a win. Hard to believe. A pretty good cricket team. They've got Yak first up in match 12. RBS and Pakai Care only getting the 1 match tomorrow. And, Pakai Care win that one against Yak, and for sure they will finish top of the table. And a few questions, maybe if we can get an interview with the Hitman. Well, Rico's probably a good one to do that because he can really express himself in his own language a bit better than we can in English.
Oh, no, Hitman's English is actually very good. I've been talking to him all day. Yeah, very good.
Won't stop talking to me on the bus. And I like it.
He's a very cheeky character.
He's very cheeky. He's going to miss. Yeah. There's some spin. A little shove cut.
He does make the Bulgarian choo-choo train look slow.
Bit of a locomotive. Yeah. 19th century style. Well, if our Bulgarian viewers are with us, then they can feel free to chip in. A little bit short, yeah. It's a bit of an overspinner, but it's dragged down from the bowler. A little shove cut. And this is a confidence booster, I think, for Navjit Singh. One thing you can do, if you're not an out-and-out hitter of say, quote-unquote good balls, is put the bad ones away. He's spotted the length very early, sent that one into the jungle for 6.
Yeah, good batting. Gets a short ball and puts it away beautifully. And that's a confidence builder. And, well, RBS, they're going to keep trucking along here. Haven't given up.
Same kind of ball, a little bit fuller. So he drags this one to deep square for a single. Hello to Anand Saeed, who's watching from Finland. Hello to you, Anand. Hope you're well. He's just getting a little bit of FOMO because he's having to deal with the Finnish winter. And he knows that we're still here playing cricket in Spain. Well, hello to you. It's great to see you following our coverage.
We get viewers from all over, don't we? California, Finland, everyone tuning in.
Yeah, Colorado today. Gone, top of the off stump. Well, hopefully keeper's all right here.
Oh no, there's a bit of Mark Boucher, but the bail actually flew off and hit him in the eye, I think, and that's how Mark Boucher went blind.
Yeah,
so I hope he's okay, because that...
Have a look. It was either the ball or the bail.
I think it's the bail, because he's got his helmet on. I don't think the ball went through, but...
Yeah, well, it hit the top of the middle stump. I'm interested to see what happened here. Yeah, I mean, the ball... Slow this down a little bit, see what happens. Yeah, see, it is the ball that gets him.
He'll be all right.
It just gets him in the throat, so that's no good.
But what a special innings that was. Let's touch on that. Majinder Singh, he came out, and while all the wickets were falling around him, he put together a really special T10 innings, and I think that might lead to a bigger week for him. So well done. And disappointed maybe not to get 50, but he ends up with 43 of 21, 4 sixes and 3 fours.
Yeah, good innings. Doesn't quite crack the half century. Well, thank you, Cameron Sanders. He's chipping in. He says he doesn't make the Bulgarian Express look slow. Outrageous comment. I think you've got a bit of a short memory. Now, I'm not
Can you imagine being the Bulgarian so-called Express, taking no wickets, couldn't bowl a Yorker, couldn't bowl a bouncer, couldn't bowl a slow ball? That is not Express. That is ludicrous.
You love...
I love a controversy.
You love to chirp the Bulgarian supporters, don't you? Good well bowled. Shafkat. He's got 1 for 7. Yeah, so Cameron, good to see you still with us. It's fantastic to see you.
Where's Cameron from?
He's a Bulgarian supporter.
Is he where in the world?
I think he's in the UK.
Amazon, turn off Cameron.
Alright, this is going to be 6. And just a little bit short of Shafkat. He's dragged down a couple of his overs, paid the penalty twice. DeMay, well, he's off the mark with a Maximo. 8 overs down, 83 for 6.
Yeah, nice shot. Always a good feeling to get off the mark with a 6, and good batting from Julian DeMay. A little bit too late for RBS, but always good to get some form. And I guess that's one silver lining. We've seen a bit more of their middle order, and there's definitely some hitting ability in there.
Not for sure. I mean, DeMay hits a long ball, long levers. Well, Luke Belgium's got a solution. He says that get the Bulgarian Express opening the bowling with Kamran. That would scare the living daylights out of most teams. Well, true. I would say I think batters, they've made a couple of poor decisions against Kamran here.
Yeah, but that is what genuine pace. You do weird things in your brain.
Yeah, sure.
You just do.
He's over number 9 now. It's Kandarali. This one gets straight through the fielding. And it's going to be 4. And probably this is the one thing, isn't it, Corey? Care occasionally have let themselves down in the field.
Yeah, just little moments, and maybe they're just relaxing a little bit because that should have been stopped. That should have been a dot ball and not 4. And disappointed if you're the bowler there because you want your fielders to back you up all the time.
Well, Shiraz Ahmed will remember that at the end of the day because Mohamed Babar was giving him heaps for missing one earlier off his bowling. So, just if that comes up in conversation tonight, over a chapati or something.
Oh, no. Oh, no, you've got to feel for the keeper here. Oh, he's in strife. Oh, he's okay. I thought he was going to go down then.
Originally, it was the end of the finger, but it might have been the end of something else.
No, it was the end of the finger, right on the tip, and I thought he might have been in a lot of trouble. You can see when you get hit in the finger like that, sometimes it can break straight away.
Ouch. Oh, little edge. One hopper. And the thing with Isan, probably say just something, just looking at his keeping. I think if I was giving him some advice, I'd say try and stay lower longer. So he's kind of standing up and not really tracking the ball on some of those. He's also a very talented keeper. Nothing in dispute about that. Very good back. I think up to the stumps, just a couple of times. Gotten up a bit early. It's angled in. Should be cut off. Will be cut off. Just the one. So, all right, Corey, we often talk about who we think's favourites to win the week. Is there any dispute now that Pakak are the clear front runners?
Yeah, front runners, but I don't think it's going to be easy. I really think it's going to be tight finals Friday, just like what we've seen in the last few weeks. A couple of upsets and so on, but I mean they're the front runners and they're doing it pretty comfortably at the moment.
this one just be knocked away for one. Yeah, I remember my coach would say, we played these high-level indoor cricket tournaments that are about the same duration. He'd say, look, you don't win tournaments on a Monday or a Tuesday.
No, absolutely. Well, we've seen that the last 2 weeks, haven't we? Teams have timed their run and played really good finals cricket.
Yeah, good footwork, and he lifts this one, elevates this one over the onside. Navjit getting going with a couple of big hits. He moves into the 20s. Maximo to finish the 9th. That over goes for 13, and the score 97 for 6 with an over remaining in the day.
Good batting from young Navjit. He's got a lot of talent. That sounded beautiful off the bat. And I mean, RBS are showing here, well, we're not too heavily reliant on that opening pair because we can bat all the way down. And that's good to see. That'll give them a bit more confidence, I think, going forward with the batting unit. And yeah, because every game, you're not going to get Tobias or Teo always hitting the runs. And they've gone on. They're going to probably cross 100 here. And half an hour ago, you might have said that might not happen. So good on them. Still fighting hard.
Yeah, for sure. Let's have a look at the chat. And one of the things people talking about, get floodlights. We've got 8 match days. Well, we already had 7 match days earlier in this ECL because we had 5 here. We had 2 in the night series. So we've had 7 matches in a day. And actually, there's some. At one point last year, we had 8 because we had a couple of T20s that we were showing as well, men's and ladies and ECS in a day. That was back when we were in Bulgaria last year in July.
Yep.
But, yeah, I mean, yeah, if 10 hours isn't enough, keep telling us you want more.
We churn out the games, don't we?
We do. Over 1,200 last year.
What number game is this in the comp? You should know.
So I think it's 104, 105.
Single, down the ground. Yeah, it's 144 this tournament, isn't it?
This is game 106.
Unbelievable. So only 1 golden ball. Is that a surprise?
1 golden ball.
We're due a second one, aren't we?
No, I did the maths. At the start of this week, we're about a 50-50 chance of getting a golden ball before another golden ball.
Really?
Before the end of this tournament, yeah. Oh, this is in the air. It's not carrying. Won't be an easy catch. It's coming down from the clouds, and it's dropped. And they have time to get an easy too. Atif Mohammed was the man. He was camped under that. It certainly was very high. Navjit survives. Moves to 26.
Jeez, that went really, really high. He'll be disappointed though. He steadied himself and he was right under it. But unfortunately, Spizzit, these are the areas Pack Care can improve with their fielding. They don't want their fielding to cost them on Finals Friday.
Yeah, for sure. It wasn't an easy catch, even though it was straight to him. Because the higher they go, the faster they are. I don't want to go into the physics. The faster they are when they reach you because of the acceleration. Meters per second per second. Corey, I've lost Corey. Eyes have just rolled back in his head. This is why you're not a level 4. And I was talking to a level 4 coach before.
Level 4, well, Australia level 3 is level 4.
Get out of it. I was wondering what a level 4 coach is taught. Is it like a black belt with, you know, when they start getting extra notches because you've gone above black?
I can tell you right now, certificates.
He was writing stuff down that you wouldn't have even understood. You should have seen his notebook. It looked like Egyptian scriptures. I had no idea what he was writing down, but he's certainly got the Punjabi Lions Nicosia up and going. Anyway, I'm sure you'll have an interesting conversation with Richard Cox. So here we go. As we're almost at the end of the day's play.
Another good day of cricket, isn't it? This group for me, after being here for 5 weeks, I think this is the most competitive group. We got it wrong last week, thinking last week would be. This week, this is such a talented group.
I mean, we just keep outdoing each other, I suppose.
Yeah.
I remember Chris Williams saying that he's buying a new bat phone to take on Mohammed Kamran.
Good luck.
Group 8. Here we go. Last ball of the day. And he's launched. And this one will be 6. So Maximo, consolation Maximo. Look, and again, another positive. Navjit Singh ends up 33 of 16 balls. And he seemed pretty good against the spin, pouncing on anything short or slightly over pitch. DeMay contributes 10. He'll finish 108 on the board. So 34 runs the margin. But Pack Care, well, the host country's representative club, they just keep on rocking. They're 4-0. They're yet to be touched in this ECL 22. The end of another good day's work for them. 2 matches, 2 wins.
Yeah, absolutely. They deserve the credit. They were the better of the 2 sides, and they get the chocolates in the end. And, well, RBS, they can take a lot from that because they were 15 off 12 from Tobias and Teo. The rest of the batting lineup hit 93 off 48. So that just shows that the middle order and the lower order have the ability to clear the pickets. They'll take that going forward, but overall, Pack Care, they were the better batting unit. They batted them out of this game. I think it was something like 16 sixes. That's a phenomenal striking.
Yeah.
And then that opening spell from the man we call Hitman almost buried the game with 3 wickets early. So congratulations to Pack Care. They will motor on in this tournament. They've got, well, they are definitely confirmed now for Finals Friday and Super Thursday, and
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing more of them.
Yeah, for sure. And it was an interesting kind of Royal Rumble at the start, wasn't it?